By the right of the council, by the will of the force, welcome back into another episode of the Galaxy Famous, in both galaxies, Halcyon approved over there, Mr. the man to my right, Jedi Talk Podcast. I am one of your co-hosts of the High and Regular Council, Tom Okery. You are following us at Jedi Talk Podcast on Instagram, Jedi Talk on TikTok, youtube.com/Jedi Talk, where we will be back and better than ever with video with our special guest coming very soon. But we're here to talk about Ahsoka Episode 6 and so much, and there's a lot to unpack on this. And to my right, he's called the man, the myth, the legend. I don't know if I quite necessarily agree with that. He started crying already. He brought a mop with him for two reasons. Evan T. Boucher. Evan, how the hell are you today?
Adiga and good journey. I don't know if I agree with man, myth, legend either, so that's fine. But I'm okay for now, but this time next week, I will be a mess.
So we'll get into that. We'll kick off the show with a little tease.
But I do want to say the past few days on Batu have been awesome. Finding listeners and Star Cruiser fans that we're giving everybody gifts. I saw the cast.
Wait, people are already out there like freaking out about the closing?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. Some of them were on the voyages, but some of them were just fans out there. But they were given like Rey, Chewie gifts. They were given other guests gifts.
Wow.
They were given everyone.
That's
I
cool.
got a couple gifts. So shout out to Kai and Kim, two awesome people that I've been following for like a year, 2 years on Instagram. But I finally just bumped into them on Batu.
I might be one of those pathetic YouTubers that walk around with their shirt on to see if anyone comes up to them. I might pull that move this week.
Might as well.
Oh,
But
why do you think I got the hat?
and I must say,
You kidding me?
Kim, the lieutenant, did love his gift. He was completely surprised when he got that gift. So
That's awesome.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
I really think
Star
I should have
Cruiser
made
people are the best people.
some of them.
Well, hold on. Directly across from me, I'll get into Evan does not call him the man, the myth, the legend. The suicide hotline didn't pick up for him. Brad Hughes, everybody.
Well, first I tried therapycouch.com. That didn't work. They matched me with some like 7-year-old kid named Kyle, and it didn't go very well.
Well, oh, whoops. I
Didn't
forgot going back to the other part of the soundboard. I was getting the mother joke ready, just in case. Fire.
I didn't have a mother joke, but maybe I'll make one right
There
now,
will
just
be
like
one.
I make his mom. I don't know what that means. You put me on
It
the
makes
spot.
sense.
Sometimes you swing
Yeah.
and sometimes you miss, and that's okay. That's just what it is. The problem is the thing you have to do is acknowledge that it wasn't a funny joke, and then everyone forgives you. Pretend it's funny and it's not. People hate you.
Yep.
People hate me anyway. But the chick from Collider doesn't like me.
No.
Well, that's okay.
Have we gotten a cease
No
and
one likes
desist for
her.
that yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, that's
Not
all
yet.
right. So we're here. We've got a lot to discuss. What a hell of an episode for Ahsoka,
Before we get
episode
into
6.
that,
Yeah.
Your hat is on fucking fire.
Thank you. Got it on
is the-
Etsy.
That's
Is
why I
the
brought a
bottom part
mop,
blue
because
too?
we
I
were going to
can't see.
dump a
No,
bucket
no,
on
it's
it.
just green.
Green.
Yeah, it's just like a
That's
regular hat.
fire.
Yeah,
Tell me about what you're wearing, bro. Tell me. I
I
think we need
will.
to partner with this Etsy shop.
All right, maybe we will. Let me just first give the Etsy shop a shout out because
For sure.
what's going on here. So I just had the idea, right? Like Brad's talking about represent the brand. I know I'm going to run into a lot of you coming up here in the next couple of weeks. Might as well have the Jedi Talk repping, So I have to go to my order. So I've liked the flatback, snapback hats, or whatever you call them, and I wanted a custom one that said Jedi Talk. So we've got the font is called Star Jedi, Evan, for the listeners who are listening. Hashtag free the Sammy file. Release the Sammy file. I'm sorry.
Both.
Hashtag
All of
release
the
the Sammy file. I got some custom text that says Jedi Talk in the very Star Warsy font. Exactly how I wanted it. I thought about putting a Star Wars podcast under, but I thought it'd be too much. So I just
Yeah,
feel
but
like
that'd be
Jedi
the
Talk.
actual logo. I think that's a smart way to
Yep,
go. 'Cause
yep.
Our logo fucking slaps.
It does, but I didn't. No offense to this Etsy shop, who's called Your Custom Apparel. It's just Your Custom Apparel on Etsy. So maybe we will have to partner. We'll have to check it out.
I know for a fact I'm waiting on confirmation from a friend of mine who's had some health issues, but she and I have a plan to roll out some good merch.
Okay.
I'll get you guys. I forgot to bring this up before. We had it before our little meeting before the show.
Our circle jerk.
Our very serious meeting.
Yes.
Business, rabble
I know.
meeting.
We had to take our suits off. Like,
I put one on just for the meeting, and now
Yeah.
back in my shirt.
Yep.
My V-neck shirt.
I wasn't wearing pants.
White beater
then,
and
but
boxers.
Yep.
I'm not now.
All right, let's talk about this. Let's talk about what do you have? Go ahead. I forgot that you're doing this.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We're gonna get into it. But first off, Evan did say he's been spending a lot of time on Batu, and in the coming week, you're boarding when on the final Halcyon trip? One of the third. This is the third to last.
There's two after mine, so
Okay.
yeah, the third to last.
This came up quick.
Yeah, it
I knew
did.
it would.
But
Yeah.
So September 24th, this Sunday.
That's
this
Sunday.
upcoming Sunday. So Sunday, I'll board. Monday, I'll be on Batu. And then Tuesday, I'll find a good hiding spot on the ship.
Do you want to give us any preview? What's Avant doing this go around?
Well, this time I will be respectfully and politely. I want to preface by saying that respectfully and politely harassing Lieutenant Croy.
Oh,
So,
I'm surprised you're like. Well, I'm not, but I am too. I'm surprised you're not taking more time as like just yourself to enjoy the ship versus like you've done the story twice. Are you planning any moments to like reflect on everything and kind of just?
oh
let
yeah,
yourself
I'm
chill?
not sleeping hardly at all. Like once there's no story,
I
I'm
wouldn't
just gonna be
sleep
like
either.
in the atrium,
Especially
I'm
now
just
that it's
gonna be
gone,
sitting there,
dude, like-
yeah.
oh yeah. I would take like speed pills on there.
Yeah,
I'd
like
be
I'm not gonna be
slamming
sleeping,
energy drinks. Yeah.
But
How's that different than the last time we went?
Right?
I don't know. I was drunker that time.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Yeah,
That was a
it
great time.
absolute
That was
Dude,
fun.
Yeah.
That was my favorite trip of the two.
yeah, I loved my first voyage, but that second voyage was awesome. I think
It was,
just because of
absolutely.
the company, but also
Yeah.
just because the path and stuff that
It
we
was
took.
half
Like
full too.
the first time, right? It was being half full cruise. But the first time I did only first order, so that's the only story I saw. But then the second time I did some first order, but I mixed in I think all of the Saja. We can say all of the Saja, I want to say.
Yeah.
Because we did Ways of the Saja, we did the Force moment in the Climate Simulator, we did the finding the holocron on Batu, and then we watched the holocron. So that's every part of the Saja.
And the reason my second one's my favorite, I ran into the Rey using the you've got to see
I
that.
need to see that.
R-
Well,
Rey using Jedi mind trick on the
Yes,
stormtroopers,
I
and
need
she
to
does
see
it on
that.
Croy too.
yeah, I want to see both, but I'll take either at this point. I don't care. And then we mixed in, of course, Wraith last time.
Yep.
Like, doing the heist with him was awesome. I'm hoping I can get that in again this time.
I think
But-
as much as I love that, I think if I were going a final time, I would skip out on the heist this time.
I won't be upset if I miss it.
Yeah.
I miss it as in being a part of it. I still want to at least watch it
Because-
because watching it is still hilarious.
That was fun, but yeah, it just was a time suck. It took like an hour.
But
but it
it's
fell into our
supposed
laps
to because
perfectly
it's
though. Because
yeah.
like it was just like us three dudes and
Yeah,
Taylor, like just his little crew, and he like talked us into it at dinner,
Mhm.
and we're like, all right, we're in.
That's what sold us on following that
Yeah.
heavily. So
And then we were just like talking back and forth with him and the captain, trying to distract the captain. So that worked out great.
Yep.
But this time, I'm hoping to mix in a little Saja and a little Wraith, but I'm going to try to hit every resistance path possible.
Good.
So that's
Yeah,
why
the
I'm
resistance
respectfully
is
and
what I
politely harassing Croy, because I'm going to start first order like always, but then I'm going to deviate and eventually,
No.
spoiler alert, defect. Right?
you're gonna have to get on that Lieutenant Croy for suppressing
Oh, of course.
episodes of freedom
Yes.
across the hollow waves and the hollow net
Yes.
on the holocast.
I'll be like, hey, I'm okay with Hosnian Prime. Like, that's fine. But I draw a line at HoloNet suppression.
hashtag
Lives
release.
are meaningless. Put the audio file up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hashtag release the Sammy file.
Well,
It's
the more and
the
more we
newest
see
movements.
in Ahsoka, the freaking New Republic are pretty crap. So, honestly,
you know what I thought about doing? So when you scan the Jedi Talk sticker, it takes you
Yeah.
to our link file, whatever that link.
Linktree.
Linktree.
Yeah.
I thought about putting the Sammy file as a link. That's you can only get on that sticker.
that'd be hilarious. There's still time.
I think I'm gonna do it. I won't call it that. It'll be along the files of something else. You have to figure out which one it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
And
Blue
another
Harvest.
spoiler
I'm
alert.
gonna do.
Yeah.
Call it Blue Harvest.
Another spoiler alert. If you see me on the ship, I might be giving out some things that are related to what we're
Fucking
talking
deflecting.
about. So.
I hear you there.
No, I am, but I'm not, because it's related to what we're talking about.
You should find a way. I don't know if I want to say this on the air.
Brad, you know what kind of podcast this is. Just do it.
I know,
Say it
but-
on the air.
You got this.
You should find a way to put a Jedi Talk sticker on the house before you leave. Somewhere that would be hidden that no one would
Oh,
find it.
yeah.
Up your ass and to the left.
Yeah,
I'll hide it where I'm hiding. I'm
Or
telling
if,
you.
if
Like,
you want everyone to find it, put in Kyle's mom.
Oh, yeah.
wait, the fish, the space fish, Kyle's mom.
Space fi-
You better
shit,
get
that's
in
right.
there first.
Oh yeah,
Video 2.
yeah. Boarding group
Yeah.
1. That's my plan. I'm already leaving the house at like 10. So
You're leaving the
Nice.
house in about 20 minutes, I think.
yeah,
gonna
no.
be staying
Skip
up.
it
I am
work.
already
I'm
packed.
here next week.
I'm
Yeah.
already packed. So.
Oh
that's-
yeah, I do the same
yeah.
thing. I'm definitely started packing for a fucking move.
I'm so happy I don't have to move. Congrats. But I got a bigger life event going on at home. So
Next week's crazy because we got
Yes.
the Star Cruiser. So keep an eye out for countless pics and videos from me. But then after that, we have something coming up. If you want to tease.
yeah, I will tease, and I'm just waiting for the confirmation. I was
Yes.
looking at my messages. It's not 100% confirmed yet, but in the next, let's say, week to week and a half to maybe 2 weeks, we're interviewing Adam Riley again. So when you hear from us officially, and I say this is the date. This is when we're going to release it. Look out. As soon as we get all that confirmed, you're going to know.
Now, when you say Adam Riley, do you mean former performer? on
Of
the
course,
Galactic
I
Star
mean
Cruiser? Okay.
former
Okay.
Disney performer, former Galactic
He's the
Star
greatest.
Cruiser.
He's the best.
Um,
He is the best.
we'll
He's
be
the
interviewing,
greatest.
seeing what he's been up to, catch up about any last feelings about closing a Star Cruiser, and of course, we're going to want your questions. So we'll get an official post out there for that.
Oh yeah.
What's cooking up there, Brad? I see it.
We'll talk off the air.
Okay.
Talk off the air.
And then after that,
Yes.
we're wrapping up with. Well, you're going to. I think. Well, Brad, are you going to the last excursion day as well, or is that just us?
When is that?
Friday the 29th
Friday 8/29.
Yeah.
from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yeah, I don't think I'm out of town.
I'm not going to be there for 8 hours, but
No, I will
Yeah,
be.
I'll say this. I'll make an appearance.
Nice. So
That way,
that's
it could be
that's
5
Friday.
minutes. It could be 3 hours.
Yeah.
so if you're going on the final cruise, say hi to us. We'll be on Batu walking around doing something.
Mhm.
We'll be pointing and laughing at Evan for crying.
As you should.
I might too. That's actually
I'm gonna
the
be sad. No,
that's actually
we
the-
joke around a lot, but it's really upsetting.
That's-
It's like we talked about it
yeah.
way too much.
that's gonna be Lily's first park day. Taking her
no
to,
way.
well,
to
because
Hollywood Studios.
thanks
yeah.
to Bob and Josh, she can't go on the Star Cruiser.
I know.
So
I know.
gotta do
That's
what you
that's
gotta do.
that's the biggest part that hurts me that I can't take her.
I
but
know. That's what I
I'm
always
over
talk
it.
about, man. Like,
I'm over it.
it sucks that I can't ever go again, but it sucks that the people that never got to go will never get to go.
Well, if they should have booked.
It's
well,
true.
Some
And
of
it
them
would've-
didn't
and it would've
exist
stayed.
yet, so
It's true.
they couldn't.
The fucking Disneylanders who were ripping on me and thinking it was a joke to say that the Star Cruiser was closing when we're having our annual civil war of Disney World versus
They
Disneyland.
didn't know it was closing.
No, but they
That's
were
the
just
only
like
thing we have that's
saying like,
better.
haha, the Star Cruiser's closing. I'm like, yeah, it's closing because your cheap asses are paying $7 a gallon for gas and you can't make it out here to do it. So that's what
It
I'm
was the
laughing
only
at.
thing we had that made us better than you, and now it's gone. So
Nah.
Now there's Dino Land or some shit.
Dino Land, yeah. That doesn't make us better. I love Dino Land, but no.
What's a good? We have beignets that aren't as good.
we
what
have
else do we
stale
have?
churros.
We have our churros are terrible here.
Our Big Thunder's better.
I like theirs better.
Nah.
The cave with the
I
light up
haven't done
dynamite.
theirs.
Oh, dude, that is so fucking cool.
Okay.
That's one effect, to
Yeah,
be fair, but
yeah.
I think that's really
All right,
cool.
all right, that's fair.
I
That's
think
fair.
the ride itself, yeah, but that like
Okay.
the theming elements that they do there for that is so fucking cool.
Do you like our space or theirs?
Theirs seems smoother.
It
I like
is,
theirs
but
better.
man, there's something
Plus
about
you get the chance.
1975.
You get the chance of it being open when you go to Disney.
That's why it's better at Magic Kingdom because it's open here and it's
Fuck you, Kyle. I'm
not
so glad
open.
you don't get
Yeah.
to ride it.
Yeah,
shit.
like
It's
like
okay,
we're all
he's
three
not
riding
tall
his
enough.
mother while
What
he's
is
away.
this?
It's okay. He's not tall enough to ride it.
Is
anymore.
this Phantom Manor all over again? Like,
Yep.
To be fair, they did it kind of out of nowhere on him. This time, that wasn't his fault. For last time, you should have known it was.
And
like,
also
posted for
Going to
2
Paris,
years.
yeah.
as much as I do love Space Mountain, it's no Phantom Manor. So
This one would have been the what is it called? Hyperspace Mountain. I think.
Right now,
still, there it's no.
is
Have you
it
done Hyperspace Mountain?
No, but
Hyperspace
it can't
Mountain.
be as good as Phantom Manor.
Hyperspace Mountain is the fucking shit.
It's better
should
at
just-
Paris.
I bet.
Did you do Hyperspace Mountain at Paris?
Oh yeah, several
Oh,
times.
shit.
It's
It was
it's that
Hyperspace Mountain?
permanently, yeah.
I didn't
And
know
It's
that.
been
that
that for years.
upside down too.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And there's like Star Destroyers coming. And it's like they have like screens set up there in there too.
That's so
Yeah.
fucking cool. There's a physical TIE fighter prop at the one at Disneyland that you
Dang.
fly under.
That's
It's cool.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And it shoots at you.
Whoa.
Dude, Hyperspace Mountain is
It's
the
cool.
shit. Videos do not do it justice.
No.
No, yeah. There's no way.
So anyway, yeah. So we'll be
Cat,
there.
does he get you at it?
Yeah,
Fuck
he
you,
doesn't.
Cat.
Fuck you, Cat. We will be there around on the excursion day, and then the next day on the 30th. I know lots of you guys are going to the Heroes of the Halcyon, and I can finally say Brad's going now too. Thank you, Patrick.
It is official.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick, for reaching out, calling through Instagram. It's always weird when you get a call on Instagram.
I
Just
always
look like
assumed
did he butt dial
somebody's.
us?
Yeah, that's what I always. That's why I didn't. I saw it coming through, but I was working, and I just assumed that it was a butt dial. Because, like,
It's all good.
who
I'm glad I
who
answered.
calls through Instagram?
Yeah.
But also,
glad I
like,
answered.
how else would you get hold of us?
That's true.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any of our personal numbers, and like he wanted to make sure that
and
we were
he
taking.
never will.
Yeah. Okay, and then we will be at the Heroes of the Halcyon hosted celebration for the Star Cruiser, the second one, but I think this one will be the biggest one, and I'm sure there will be stories ahead and
Yep.
hugging up plenty. What? Stories ahead?
You know what I'm laughing at?
I really don't.
Hey, dude, think about what we were talking about the other day.
Oh,
Where you're laughing at, though, I don't think is
God,
gonna be
Jesus
present.
Christ. Yeah. No, I kind of hope so. I really do hope so. I'm just going to get really ripped and just watch it all go down. So we'll be there. If you'll be there, let us know. Say hi. we'll be handing out some stickers. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? We got stickers. Or we'll just be shaking hands and kissing babies. Just want to say hi and celebrate
As
the
long as we're
freaking
not
Star
kissing
Cruiser.
hands and shaking babies.
No,
No,
Okay.
we will not be doing that.
Evan, put your dick down. um,
Hit a button? Question
I
mark?
can only come if I shake a baby.
I don't know where
I
to
don't
go
know,
on that
yeah.
one.
I
I
didn't
mean,
either.
there's a lot of buttons we can.
I just took it to the furthest
did.
extreme.
That's true. He
That's
did.
your fault. That's on you. That joke is Tom's responsibility.
No, it wasn't.
It is. You brought it up.
With your torsos?
You know what I
hate
do.
them.
I take it too far.
All right, that's fine. Brad Hughes at Brad's Jedi Talk Bourbon Reviews. There's 5 of them out there. You just type Brad from, and then you'll get all his 5. All right, so Ahsoka episode 6. Let's dive into it. We always start with the non-spoiler thoughts. So
Episode 6, you mean Far, Far Away.
far, far away. We got a little tease there. Hugh Yang saying, "I knew you wouldn't like this."
This is the first time I think where I have liked it.
I hated it, and then I thought about it for a second.
Yep.
I hated it because I was like, ugh,
They've
you
done
said
it in
the
like
thing.
3 different books, and I'm always like, come on, what are you
But
doing?
the thing is, it's like a long time ago in a land far, far away. It's how you start stories for children.
Mhm.
Like, so he's
That's
telling
how
the
Hugh
story.
Yang was
And
doing it.
that's
Like
how
he's
he's
telling
doing it.
younglings.
They're in a different
Oh, it's
galaxy,
fine.
so it is
I
a galaxy far, far away.
I just rolled my eyes when I first heard it. And
It
then
worked
I know.
here.
And then I thought about it, and I was like, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about
The
it.
2 or 3 books, though, I've read, it does not work. It's just like, come on, you put that there just to
Yeah.
think you're smart, but no.
Who wants to give their thoughts first?
I will real quick. What I love the most about these episodes, right? So episode 5 is going to be the best of the series, I think, hands down. In my humble and honest opinion. I mean, there is potential for it to be better, but I don't know how, at least for me, how you go above that. And I'm not expecting that to be blown above, because that's where I think the peak is of Ahsoka. Not saying the rest of the episodes are shit. But episode 6, I think, was as good of a follow-up as you could have to such a heavy emotional episode. You get the silly of Star Wars, which we'll get into. Whether you liked it or not, there's a silly aspect to it. It felt like Rebels in live action, whether it's good or bad. That felt like Rebels. It was distinctively one of the characters that we see in this episode, and it leaves more questions than you had coming in.
Yeah.
Like something Balin said, I've been racking my brain about this ever since I watched it the second time. Even talked to Brad a little bit about it, which we'll get into. So I'm very excited about the follow-up. I'm happy that it wasn't a letdown episode. Right, because
Yeah, it
could have been let down, but for me, I do not think it was a letdown. Evan, what are your non-spoiler thoughts?
Well, my non-spoiler thoughts are episode 3 and episode 5 are like the 2 episodes so far that have nothing that I skip when I rewatch it. I don't click fast forward through anything. This one has a few things that I did click.
Episode 3?
fast.
I thought you
Was it
didn't like
4?
3.
Episode 4?
Yeah.
4 and 5. Sorry.
Yeah.
3 was the one where nothing happened. 4 was Balin and Ahsoka fighting. Yeah, and then 5 was Anakin. Yeah, okay. So sorry. 4 and 5 have no skippable moments. This one has a few skippable moments, but the things I don't skip are awesome. So this is, like you said, a lot of live action Rebels, but there's a lot of story beats from every aspect of Star Wars. There's stuff that Dave's pulling in from kind of Legends, maybe Legends, also things from Clone Wars, things from Rebels. He's pulling in everything in this episode. This ties in, even video games are connected to this. This has connections to every aspect of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And that I love it for that. So
Yep.
yeah, it's 3rd favorite probably for me.
I think this is my 2nd favorite episode. That being said, there is a lot in this that I didn't like, and I guess I'm just gonna be the guy that nitpicks things this year. I don't usually do that. And actually,
That's my
I
job.
hate when people do that
Yeah.
for the most part. But there's a few things that I didn't like. We'll talk about it when we get there. Overall, the episode was good. It feels a little too much like Ahsoka. Rebels live action, like you said. And this, in a lot of ways, that's cool. And this episode, the ending, I just didn't like at all. It seemed like a waste. It would have been those resources for the CGI and everything could have been used to tell that same story of him hiding out in a different way that would have been more impactful to me. That being said, you do have to have species in Star Wars. You do have to incorporate those kind of things. And at the end of the day, Star Wars is for kids. So having a character like those little, whatever the fuck those things are called.
Naughty.
I called them the Jiminy Crab Kits.
The crab.
I thought it was a
people.
reference to
Crab
Spaceballs.
Crab people.
You know when they find them in the desert in Spaceballs and they're like ding 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 ding.
I've only seen
ding,
Spaceballs
ding.
once.
That's what it
Yeah,
reminded me
I know
of.
who they
I was
are, but
blackout
it
drunk
didn't
right
remind me of them. But I just watched Spaceballs not long ago too.
I need to rewatch it because I was Very intoxicated when I watched it.
I watched it a
20
couple
years
days ago. I love
Not
it.
20 years ago, 15 years ago. But yeah, I just thought it was good. It was good. It was the reveal of Thrawn. Well, I was supposed to be non-spoiler. Why
It's
is this
pretty
supposed to go?
obvious though. Like
I
don't
mean,
know.
they're already how long into the episode? We're going spoilers now.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. That's my thing.
Okay.
I have more critiques of it, and that's spoiler
Well, let's
stuff.
just-
So
Let's just try to keep with start to finish, right? We'll just kind of go down in chronological. Both Evan and I watched it twice, so keep me honest here, Evan. But we open up in Ahsoka's Jedi starship,
Yep.
T6, 1974.
in the whale mouth whale, whale of the mouth, male of the whatever. That sure.
The Purgle's gullet.
why do
Yeah.
they see hyperspace differently than we do?
They're traveling intergalactically.
So it's
And
not
they're not
hyperspace
using-
like we know it with
it's
the
not
blue,
a-
because it was like around with that thing in Andor.
Well, like
Oh no,
ships
that
use
was-
technology to get
that was
there.
something
So
different.
like seeing it through an organic ability
Oh, that's
would
true.
probably look different.
That's absolutely right.
That's what I thought too. But like ultimately, if you're going the same speed, you would see the same thing. Like if you're driving in a car
True.
at the speed a Jaguar does, you're getting there the same way.
Also-
you're going to be faster.
also-
you're
Yeah.
not going to see it differently.
Machines use hyperspace lanes,
The Purgle do too, though.
the same ones.
Sometimes
They charted the
Okay.
hyperspace lanes, right?
Yeah.
Am I
Oh,
wrong?
Yeah,
n-
they don't use all the same
sort
ones,
of,
but
yeah.
they have their own hyperspace lanes.
I think it was. I chalked it up to be they're traveling intergalactically. It's different
That
Okay.
too. I think it's a
because they're going
combination
from one
of-
galaxy to another.
That's-
It's got to be
that's-
I
that's
think
different.
it's a combination of organic versus tech and intergalactic.
That was a
versus
beautiful
galactic.
shot.
It was
Yeah,
very
that was
it was
beautiful
very- it was
shot.
very
I'd love
cool.
to see that in the theaters.
I wanna.
Yeah.
I might want a picture of that.
Yeah, like at Festival of the Arts next year, you
Yes.
can see like some artwork. done there. That'd
Yes,
be
I
like-
can't
that'd
wait
be
for
sick.
Festival Arts after Ahsoka. Whew.
Oh, I know.
We have to
It's
start
gonna get
saving
wild.
money now. So then they're talking, and this was just like this was a really interesting conversation. The only time we get Ahsoka and Hugh Yang the whole episode, so which I'm fine with.
Especially because the villains were left out last
Yes,
episode. So
yes.
it's nice to get villains.
The villains got their due this episode.
Yeah.
So they're talking, and I think Hugh Yang wanted to tell a story, right? Or he was
It's like,
he
is
was
this a
offering.
good time to tell a
yeah.
story or whatever? And she's like, not right now.
Yeah. She said no, and Ahsoka offered up to tell something to Hugh Yang, and he said didn't tell Hera the truth about Sabine, that she willingly went with Balin.
And before that, Hugh Yang is like, do you have a story to tell me?
Oh,
I
that's
think
right,
he was
yeah.
asking about what just happened with you and Anakin. He doesn't know Anakin, so in his mind, he's like, what did you just go through?
Oh,
But
right.
It would have been cool to have Ahsoka tell him, but she's like, I'm not ready to tell you about that.
That's
so
right.
then she does end up telling about Hera and Sabine and
Mhm.
stuff. But is that, I don't remember the order of dialogue.
It's yeah.
Because who cares? But he also was like, I could tell you the stories of the beginning of the galaxy, the middle
Mhm.
of the galaxy, and no, it was like galactic history, whatever. There's
It-
3 parts: the first,
yeah.
second, and third part.
Right.
First-
Ahsoka knew it.
She said the part one's the best.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like,
Let's
I wonder.
fucking go.
Yeah,
What are we
yeah. I
referencing
wonder
here?
what reference that was. Or
You
was
know
Yeah.
exactly what reference that was.
yeah.
They were
Let's
referencing
not.
episode 1, 2, and 3. That's exactly
third
what
part's
they
the
were doing.
best, but yeah, I understand.
Phantom Menace is the best. So I'm with
It's-
Qui-Gon.
I understand
Facts.
I saw a meme that was like Qui-Gon was the original Grey Jedi, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
that. Yeah,
The term
there could be an
sucks,
argument for
but
that.
Yes, what he's the original definition of that term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the man.
100%. But that was cool to just kind of get that. So that was a little like meta-ish, but not like Marvel meta where it's annoying, but that was like kind of meta.
Yeah.
And then we get the meta thing of Galaxy Far, Far Away.
We do. We get Hugh Yang starting the story out that way. But like what
Ugh.
Brad said, I can't remember if it was on or off air. It's how you start a children's story. That's who Hugh Yang tells stories to,
Yeah.
and it's a nod to our beloved. So
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then that's when we get the title. It was fine.
It was fine.
But I'm with you. At first when he said it, I definitely was like,
Yeah, I paused for a second
I'm like-
too, but I'm like, nah, it's fine.
yeah.
The only thing it didn't do was he didn't look at the camera and go, "Do you get the reference?" That was like it was so heavy-handed. That's my only problem with it.
Yeah.
Especially after an episode 1, 2, and 3 reference.
They're not going to break the
yeah.
fourth wall there. Yeah.
See, it could have been episode 1, 2, and 3, but also could have been trilogy 1, 2, and 3. There's a lot of ways you could take that.
Oh, sure. Oh.
And then
Oh, that's
which,
true.
which
That's
trilogy
why
is,
she said the first.
Which
'cause she's a
trilogy is
prequel
trilogy
character.
number 1 though? The first one made or the
No.
first one
Prequels.
timeline wise? So like, there's a lot
No,
of
the prequels
weird
because Ahsoka said she liked it the most.
because she's a part
She's
of the
she's a
prequels.
prequel character. Yeah.
Yeah,
And she's right. Phantom
there's a lot of
Menace
ways
is
to
the
take
Nice
it. but yeah, I like it.
best. Revenge of the Sith is objectively a better movie, but I like Phantom Menace.
Sure.
It's-
I mean,
I
it's
agree.
the best movie out of the 3 of them, best made. But favorite could be. Yeah, I definitely see how it could be between 1 and 3.
Yeah. 2 is not even in the fucking conversation.
No.
2 is not like. Anyway,
I mean, you get half shirt Padme if you're
I mean,
pubescent teen.
I was about that age when that movie came out. 2002, 3,
2002.
2. Yeah, I was in 8th grade.
Yeah, I was 16, so probably would be digging that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 16, sure. All right, so then we
Dig it now.
yeah, Sabine wakes up in the
A little jail cell.
the jail cell, but that's still in the
The
hyperspace ring.
The Eye of Sion.
The Eye of Sion.
Oh, maybe that. Wait, the Purgle wasn't the one that we saw those weird colors, was it?
It
Wasn't
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they showed the ring have the same colors too, so maybe it is the.
I think it's
changing galaxy.
intergalactic.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I forgot about it. Out the window of the ring.
I
You're
completely
right.
forgot about that. You're
Yeah,
right.
you're right. Nice.
So they finally reach. So much happened in this scene, and I want to make sure I get as much as I possibly can out of it. But
Balin walks by.
Balin walks by to Sabine, and they exchange words. But Balin is basically Sabine's like, "Where's Ezra? You said you were gonna hold up your end of the deal." And then I love the look Balin gives her. He's just like, "Did I?"
But he's also like, we're not there yet.
Yeah.
How am I going to make him appear in front of you? Like, come on.
I know. Yeah. Look at you finally defending Balin's skull over there.
Finally, I always defend him.
I said, I meant to say defiantly defending.
Oh, defiant.
Yeah. Yes, you're
I love
defiantly
him. He's
defending.
becoming one of my top two
He's
or
a great
three
character.
favorite Darksiders. Well, I can't say Darksiders.
I don't consider him a
Top
dark
two or
sider.
three Force users.
Yeah. He's a gray Jedi. No.
He's a gray beard, so we'll
He
go with
is.
that.
Yeah, there you go.
I love his beard. That's gonna be me one day.
We go down to the
Just gotta tighten it
actual.
up, bro, and you have it now.
It's just not gray. But yeah.
Spray it white.
I should
we
dye
can,
it
we can make
gray.
it happen
Yeah.
for the Halcyon. You should.
There you go. Evan's skull. I'm Balin's kid, illegitimate kid. He picked the adopted Shin Haiti over me, or I see people calling her Shin Hati.
Of course, it's the internet.
I was waiting for him to say something.
I missed it. Sorry, Chin Hottie.
Yes, I
Yeah,
said they're
yeah.
calling her Shin Hati.
Oh. That's funny.
So there's the exchange between Balin and Sabine, and then they're on the bridge of the hyperspace ring, and there's a lot of dialogue going down here, right? Is because they stop, and then Balin, I believe, calls out. He's like, "So this is Peridia, right?" And this is a
Right.
callback from earlier.
And I like we get the shot of the planet, and it looks like it just has like an asteroid.
Yes.
ring. So I'm like, that looks cool.
It looked like Saturn.
But then we find out more about it.
This was wild.
It's dark.
It's a Purgle graveyard. They go there to die.
So the ring is an asteroid. There's
No.
bones.
It's a legit Purgle bone. So it's like
Yeah.
it's the end of our known galaxy, right? Purgle go there to die. They get away from it. And then we get this reveal from Morgan, I believe, that she claims that the Night Sisters, and I assume the brothers too, are from this planet,
Yeah,
Peridia.
like
they
the ancient
started
ancestors
there.
Started there.
And they fucking rode Purgle.
Yeah, later in
to
the
Dathomir.
episode, they say we've figured out how to ride the Purgle into the main galaxy.
Oh, so no, wait. So the Night Sisters are probably from Peridia. Night
Yes.
Brothers, Dathomir.
Yeah, that's how I take it.
Okay.
How did their species exist with just women on one planet and men on
Well,
the other?
the Night Brothers are not Force sensitive. Well, not all of them, but they don't wield magic, do they? Do the Night Brothers wield magic?
No.
Yeah, I thought so.
No, I don't think
didn't-
so.
Didn't they in the game? They were like possessed with that
No.
green fire, right?
No.
That was the
when they
witches.
get possessed, the witches do that too.
Yeah.
I just fucking said it. Possessed.
Yeah.
There's more stuff about the witches at the end of the episode too, probably. So
The Great Mothers.
yeah. So then when they're flying down to the planet, you see the freaking statues.
Yes.
Those statues were awesome.
I thought it was Zepho at first. I was like, come on. Oh,
Yeah.
but I'm like, oh no, those are definitely Night Sisters.
Yeah.
Or witches. So, but then yeah, Balin's talking about Peridia, and they reveal that what they're where they rode the Purgle to Dathomir. So, was this a reveal? Was that a reveal for
yeah.
the Night Sisters? Okay, I
Yeah,
just wanted
for
to make sure.
Yeah.
At least as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
I know.
They get down there and they land on the platform, and we see three night witches. They call them the Great Mothers.
Mhm.
So it's not
They call
Mother
them the
Talzin. So thankfully, like we're not reviving her again.
No,
Like,
no.
She's an awesome character, but she's gone. Like, we don't need to bring her back from the dead too.
So they're like exiled on there, basically.
Yeah.
you know?
Somehow they got stranded out there too.
I know.
So it's like that's why. Well, we'll get to it. Thrawn is eventually showing up, but before we get there, like that's why he's teaming up with them because they're exiled. He's exiled. They're both stuck and stranded. They're trying to get back to the main galaxy. They're not teaming up because they're best friends. Like they don't care about each other. So once they get back to the main galaxy, they're not gonna like team up. They're just doing this because they share a common goal. Same with that's kind of a running theme of this is like Balin and Shin are sharing that common goal with Morgan. They're not like best friends and teaming up and gonna be teams forever. It's like as soon as they get this common goal, Balin and Morgan are gonna split up, and same with Thrawn and the Night Sisters. They're gonna split up.
Mhm.
So all these people that are just like why would Thrawn and the Night Sisters work together? Because didn't the Empire
He's
wipe out the Night Sisters because the Separatists wiped out the... It's like,
But
yes,
he's known for being manipulative. Like, that's
Yeah.
his whole thing.
He just
So,
does
like, he's
whatever's
gonna
best
do whatever
for
it
him
takes in
and
the
the
moment
chiss.
to get to the next level to be
Mhm.
where he needs to be.
Yeah.
I don't know how people don't get that.
No, I, don't
I think
either.
he's desperate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
for
he's
sure
desperate.
But so are the
He's-
Night
He's not.
Witches.
He's not.
Right.
He's not desperate for food. I'll tell you that
No.
much.
Well, he's aged. The guy's aged. He looks a bit older. He's still his. I mean, we haven't got to his reveal yet, but whatever. We're just jumping around.
Yeah, so they're on that platform, and
Yes.
then the Chimera comes over.
Yes. Oh
ship.
man. Well, this is also. Don't forget, Sabine gets taken away because the reeks of Jedi. Remember
Yeah.
that? I think she was
Yeah.
talking about Balin. Actually, I think she was talking about Balin a little bit because he's so sad about, the Jedi Order falling, even though he's happy about it. But
Yeah,
he sure talks about it a lot.
yeah. I think later, after all this with Thrawn and stuff, we should talk a little bit about what the heck is Balin's plan.
Yes.
What's his ordeal?
That might be the thing I'm most
So,
interested in
same.
after today's
Same.
episode. So,
But Thrawn shows up, and then...
well, hold on. Sabine gets sent down to the
Yeah.
prison, so she doesn't see any of this.
No, yeah, she doesn't
Yeah,
see it, and
she
Thrawn
gets-
doesn't see her yet.
No.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because they had a good moment, the two of them. So she gets sent down, and then the Chimera shows up, and it's huge.
The scale was done so well. It
Yeah,
reminded
dude.
me of Rogue One because
Mhm.
Gareth Edwards is like one of his skills as a director is he can like show scale very well. Like there's a lot of great shots in Rogue
Mhm.
One where like the planet's this massive thing, you see
Yep.
like this tiny Star Destroyer, and you're like, holy shit, that's crazy. This reminded me of that. This just looks so fucking awesome.
It looked phenomenal.
It looks so
And
good. Looked like a
it's-
movie.
It's
Yep.
nice, too, that they've shown how they've, like, replaced parts of it. And, like, there's, 2 or 3, maybe 4 engines missing. There's only a handful of engines left. So, like, obviously it can't travel through hyperspace
Mhm.
by itself. So they
Mhm.
made sure we saw that.
What is this the Chimera still?
Yeah.
Is it the same ship?
And it had
From-
his art painting on the
Yeah,
bottom
from-
of it
Yep.
still. Like,
That was awesome.
that was great to see.
Is that Duncan that just fell behind you? Is he standing up?
He's standing
Tall?
up.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's been falling a lot lately. He fell off the ottoman last night.
He's
Aw.
got plenty of padding with all that hair, so...
Yeah, no kidding. It's gonna be a fun night for me.
So then it just kind of it comes down on the platform, and then
Yeah.
you're raising up, and you hear all these voices already, and
Yeah,
you
what
start
the
to hear
heck?
stuff, and then you see these stormtroopers, which they're called night troopers.
Yeah.
So they fucking night brothers and like stormtrooper.
I don't know.
Or are they just
Possessed?
reanimated
Yeah.
corpses,
Yes.
possessed corpses? Because they
That
can't
would be
take
the
the
coolest.
Legends
This was
term of
wild.
Death Troopers. Because in Legends, Death Troopers were zombies.
Yeah.
So obviously in canon, Death
God,
Troopers were in
please don't
Rogue
do
One.
that.
But I think
Unless
this is
you
going to
do it
be a
with, like,
not
Night Sister
stupid
thing.
version of
Yeah.
zombie troopers.
Maybe. I mean, their official title is night troopers.
Yeah.
That was according to the
Subtitles.
Subtitles, yeah.
And then
Nobody said it.
there was one called Echo.
Enoch.
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 Enoch
He
looked
was-
different.
I thought that
Dope.
was going to be Ezra.
I kind
Oh,
of did too. I, was like,
really
that could
thought
be
that
Ezra.
was going to be Ezra's reveal. I
that
was
could've been
like,
cool.
Oh, you want Ezra?
yeah.
I think that would have been cool.
Well, then
Yeah.
we get this
Story would be
badass.
very different though.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
We get this badass reveal of Thrawn walking up
With
to.
the music, too.
Yes, it
Freaking
was a
organ
good-
music. The Kiners are killing the music. Like,
Mhm.
they're doing awesome.
And he had his hands behind his back, walking
Well,
through all the
probably
troopers.
can't put him around his stomach. So
He looks just like Steve Byrne, bro.
a little
It's-
bit.
It's
Steve- yeah.
ridiculous.
The voice really helped me.
Yes.
It
me
was
too.
it was a little rough at first to see Thrawn live action like that.
well, he's got the mannerisms down too.
Oh,
It's just-
absolutely he does.
It's just
He's
because the
just
face
different.
doesn't look
It's
the
just
same.
different.
Like
It's just weird. Like
It
I-
is,
I,
but
points-
the-
I told Tom I was like, this is one of my nitpicks. Like it just I don't know what is off about it, but it just looks off.
well, it doesn't look anything like Thrawn. It has the voice and the movements of Thrawn, but doesn't look like
Oh,
what
yeah,
we've
the
already
voice-
saw Thrawn. So like it's just
the voice
an
sucked
uncanny
me
thing.
in. The way
Yeah.
he's acting sucked me in immediately. I didn't care.
He hasn't missed a beat since
No,
Rebels,
no.
and at least in terms of the voice
Right.
acting aspect. And like just because it doesn't look identical,
Mm-hmm.
but it moves and sounds just like it, then I don't see a
Yes.
problem.
So then Thrawn comes up and he's chatting with Morgan and
Yeah. And, and the Night Mothers. He's
the
like, thanks to Morgan, we all shall escape
Yes.
exile.
Yep. And then the Great Mother said, "Oh, we missed it earlier when they said something about calling out through a dream."
Yeah, thankfully they revealed that it wasn't Thrawn calling to Morgan.
Right.
Morgan was like, I heard you, and you
Yes.
led me through the stars.
Yep,
And it's like,
to
okay,
find him,
obviously
yeah.
it wasn't Thrawn, thank God.
Right.
And then Morgan and them are like, we have a prisoner, and they're like, what's going on with the prisoner? And then
Mhm.
like, that's when Balin's like, I brought the prisoner. I thought
Yeah.
she could help us. And Thrawn doesn't even know who this guy is. So
Nope.
Morgan wasn't.
Well,
telling him
no. Well,
anything.
hold on. He did.
Well,
When
he
he's-
did after, yeah.
When he
just
said it
didn't
on
know he
Balin's
was
skull,
involved.
he's like, "Oh, General Balin's skull." Yeah.
So Morgan didn't tell him he was involved, but
No.
once Thrawn found out he was there, he's like, "Oh, I do know who you are."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That is such a Thrawny move
Oh,
there
yeah.
with like knowing everything, like knowing who they are. Oh, I know who you are, bitch.
Yep.
So then that's when we get the reveal that Balin tells her it was Sabine Wren, and he's like, "That's a name I'm familiar with." Yeah.
Few run-ins in the past.
Several run-ins, and he absolutely knows who that is. So, and then he gave Balin a compliment that said, "He's like, yep, that was a good choice. She could be of good use or something like that."
When he says General Balin Skull, too, somewhere along the line, Balin brings up that he left the Jedi Order.
That's right.
And Thrawn's like, yeah, not the only one or whatever.
Yeah, because Thrawn thinks those Jedi are flawed.
Yeah, because they are. They definitely are.
Yeah, some are.
Well, especially at that time period that he was dealing with them, they were definitely flawed.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
For sure, but Chiss have always thought Force wielders are flawed in general.
No,
True.
not when they're kids.
Well, yeah, they
Yeah,
take
but
advantage
it
of
grows
it.
out of them.
Yeah, it grows
Yep.
out of
Yeah.
it. But like they're revered at the time, aren't
Yeah.
they?
Right.
Like they like hone it and they use them for navigation.
Yeah, that's kind of like what Marchion Row does in
Yeah.
the High Republic.
Mhm.
They kind of have the paths laid out for them, just like that.
yeah.
Same idea. That's why the High Republic is awesome.
But they just grow
Yeah.
out of it, though, and
Except
then they hate
for
it.
Rising Storm, which I just finished.
Hit the man button.
Oh, I got to go find it.
It started so strong, the High
I know.
Republic did,
I
and
know.
it just kind of after. I just finished Rising Storm, and it was definitely kind of
The problem with
Yeah.
It played. It's just low. I don't know why it was low. There it
yeah.
is.
That was the Rising Storm for me. Now's not the time to talk
Hit it
about
again.
it, so we won't.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
That one's low. Sorry. I thought it was a different one. So there's again so much going on. I just want to call out all the scenes with Thrawn were the most exciting for me when I rewatched it. I was like locked into everything he was saying and the
Yeah.
movements and everything going on because
Yep.
I knew I tried to envision what it would look like when they got the Thrawn. Would he be by himself? Like
yeah, that's the
would
question.
he be with Ezra?
Yeah.
And then he's amassed the whole fucking army.
But they even address this later, how it's not as big as the army used to be.
Right.
Because he's like, we have been losing squads, or
Mhm.
we're getting depleted. We can't just send out people.
Yep.
So he's like, we don't have as much people as we used to have.
That's true.
But as much as I do love Balin and everything, I agree. Like, Balin is always awesome, but everything with Thrawn, I was like, what the hell is happening? In a good way. Like, I want to know
yes,
more.
in a very good way.
Not in a confusing, I don't understand way. Just like, this is awesome. I need to know more.
Okay, so I happen to pick up this episode when they all land on Peridia for the first time. I meant to call this out earlier. It's so clearly the volume. It's like I want a little bit of suspended,
I guess so.
belief, but
Yeah.
I could tell that I'm like,
Well.
that was like it just
They've used the budget for Hayden, basically.
and that's fine. It was
And young Ahsoka. Hayden and young Ahsoka. Like,
good old
I didn't like
Gamora.
the whole the rigmarole it took to get to the planet. Like, you got to hop on this ship. We got to see every fucking step. You get in the thing. You launch down.
build suspense.
How you've had 4 episodes to build suspense to getting to Thrawn. Fucking get there.
5 technically.
I didn't skip
You said
any of this
4.
part that he's talking about,
No.
but I do understand that argument. So.
Hold on,
I like
I'm
the
like,
suspense.
let's go. Come on. We
Not
know,
everybody's got ADHD.
We know.
No, most people do nowadays.
I know.
We
but-
know how ships work. They didn't reveal anything. They revealed the inside of a ship, them looking at each other. Nothing. It didn't add anything. Get to the fucking ship.
It
Let's
added
see Thrawn.
suspense. It added suspense.
I've had 5 episodes of fucking suspense. They've been hinting this
Yep.
motherfucker since episode 1.
Yep.
Let's fucking go.
That's
That's
building
suspense.
suspense. That's
This
the
is
long game
prolonged-
versus the
this
short
is a
game.
goddamn dick tease, and I'm not into it.
So when you watch Jaws, do you want to see Jaws the whole time?
No, because they do that properly. This is like you've done it already so many times. If this is the one time they did it, I'd be like,
It's a
wait, no,
movie.
this is-
Think it's an 8-episode movie.
Shut your fucking mouth.
No.
Okay.
So anyway, maybe I'll go on Star Tours next week. Yeah, once I'm crying.
I
Help
miss
me
it.
in.
It'd be cool if they add it and you see it like when you're blasting off into hyperspace.
It blows up. Star Tours is like, hold on, C-3PO, Mr. Iger, I have it in sight. Sorry, everybody.
In all honesty, you know what they do need to do though? Make it Hugh Yang instead of C-3PO. Because then
Oh, that'd be
he's
cool.
thousands of years old. He could be in any of
That
these
would be
timelines.
cool.
Like it would.
That
work.
would be really cool.
That's
yeah.
what they should do.
Then you could make it canon.
Yes.
That's true.
That's what
you
I'm saying.
could.
Just change it to Hugh Yang. You just got to
You
change the
could make it
color of
canon.
it
He's also
in the
got
head.
a great voice
Like,
for Star Tours.
Yes.
David Tennant, yeah.
Is that who that is?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mhm.
David Tennant?
He did in the Clone Wars too.
No
Same-
shit. I didn't realize that was him.
Yeah. Hugh Yang's got one hell of a role in this series. I love it.
Yeah.
Just not more than like a little cameo that we thought we might get. So, we eventually get back to Sabine. We bring her up. She meets Thrawn. We might have skipped over some points there, but
And these are the
meets
things
Thrawn.
we skip on the rewatch too, like her trying to use the Force to open
Oh,
the
that,
door, and
yeah.
oh no, it doesn't work. It's because you're not Force sensitive.
I'm still
okay? Like,
against
she's not
Sabine.
gonna be.
I'm still against. Like, I still
doesn't need to be.
defiantly don't want Sabine to be
No.
Force sensitive.
She's a
but
Mandalorian. Like she doesn't need to be.
But
Like,
Ahsoka is trying real hard to get her to see it, and like is this Filoni changing the way that we view the Force?
no, I don't think so. Because
I think it would help people with the whole Rey thing.
yeah, but
Somebody later in life.
the
learning
idiots
the ways
need
of the
help with it,
Force.
but we don't need help with it. The
I mean,
idiots
Luke was
do, but
Luke
like,
was older in life too.
Yeah,
to
Luke-
be
Yeah.
fair.
Luke was about the same age, if not older.
now Anakin wasn't as old as all of them, but even
He was
they were all like,
old for the
Anakin's too
time.
old. We can't
Yeah.
train him. Yoda's like, he's too old. Like that's always been a thing.
Gay.
Now, if Sabine is Force sensitive, I'm not going to hate it. I just don't think she needs to be. So like, but they haven't changed
know.
it because Kanan says the Force is in everybody. You just have to be open to it,
Just
Yes.
like
And that
I'm
is
in
true.
Kyle's mom.
Yeah.
and she's always open to it,
I get that one's voice.
just like Kyle's mom.
Okay, so
I think
So
your
we
mom
skip-
will
we
help-
skip
will
over
help
that.
scream.
Fast forward over the Force thing because
Sabine gets
I just-
Tota, a
I
howler.
just feel like he looks. I know. I'm sorry. I was like doing two things at once. I feel like Thrawn just looked terrible in live action. I think he looked bad. I can't place what it is. I can't. Maybe it's
think
just it
it's
doesn't look
just-
like him as much.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
They should just had a voiceover do it.
This
like,
isn't a knock, and again, this is longer. But I remember the scene in Rebels of him training. He's fighting the fucking security droids.
Yeah.
On the
One of the
I think it's on
early
his ship. Yeah.
like early versions of the Dark Trooper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So an early
Oh,
version,
yeah.
he's beating the shit out of him. And like he's like ripped and like
Yeah, how old is he
and
there? Like
now
30?
he's-
No, I know. That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
justify on my own. Like he's and he should look older. He's been through shit.
And now he's eating the shit out of him.
Well, he's eating all the rations. No.
Not sharing him with
He's
his
not- we
zombies.
shouldn't say that because he's really not an overweight guy.
no, but he.
But compared
it
to
looks-
Thrawn,
Right.
last time we saw him.
he doesn't. The physique is off.
It
Because
is.
Yeah.
There's people that are like in their 50s that are in great shape.
Sure.
Yeah, some.
That
Not
doesn't-
everybody is.
I'm gonna be.
I noticed
No, not now.
I noticed the ISB uniform just got some wear and tear to it.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope he
kept
washes
it mostly
that.
pristine and
Yeah,
clean,
I hope
but
he
he's still
doesn't.
got a few marks on it.
It's like reeks of chiss balls. It smells like red Doritos.
And nachos. Yeah, I was going to say.
You went nachos, I went Doritos.
Yeah, well, because I think he likes nachos.
Oh, he does. Yeah, where's he at? Oh, fuck that guy. I'll just play that one.
Okay, that's much better. The nacho Loreo.
So they make the nacho. Do you want your nachos cold or warm?
With your cheese cold
Yeah.
or warm.
We're nerds. They make the deal with Sabine where Thrawn, he's like, you helped me, I'll help you. I can't do it, Thrawn. Can you do it, Thrawn?
no, not at all.
You helped. I'd have to hear it.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
You helped me.
It's like higher. It's tough to do
You
it higher.
It's high, but it's not like
it's
high.
a little better.
It's kind of like
I'm high.
this. I'd have to hear
It's
it
hard.
to do it. Yeah, it is.
Check back in a
But-
couple of weeks. Brad's got it.
But
I'll
Thrawn,
figure it
I
out.
believe in him.
Thrawn even talks to Balin. He's like, yeah,
Yes.
we'll honor your deal here. And we're going to when he's talking to Sabine, right?
Right.
Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So even like Sabine shows up and he's just like, it's good to see a face, a familiar face or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he honor this deal, by the way?
Well, we find out later.
Yeah, we know
Because
why.
he wants to track down and kill Ezra.
But
yeah,
he knows where Ezra is, so just go.
He
f-
doesn't.
listen.
no. He
He
says
says this is our
he has
latest
coordinates,
intel.
yeah,
on where
intel.
he
And
might
so
be.
she just happened to wander and find
Okay.
him based on his intelligence, which means he knows where he was at.
not
No.
not necessarily. He
It's
he
the
mentioned
latest
earlier.
intel of where
yeah.
they thought he was.
He mentioned
so.
earlier. Like first,
He's like 50 yards that way.
The,
we didn't see
the
how.
wolf,
all right.
The wolf
For
that
once,
helped
you
find
wanted
her.
them to cut how long they walked, like and how long Sabine went.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying that it's dumb that he acted like he didn't know where he was. I feel like he
Didn't
knows.
know where he was.
I feel like he knew exactly where he was.
No.
But I don't think
He
he was.
sent him right to her.
I don't think he was
He did
using all of
without
his
the beacon
resources.
thing.
Hold on, they weren't using all the resources.
No. The
to-
wolf
to
is the one
find
that
them.
found him.
If you wanted to kill somebody that badly, you would use your fucking resources. Somebody that could
But
be
he
a
doesn't have
somebody could
resources.
be a detriment. Dude, you can't tell me you can't send those stormtroopers out and find that guy in an afternoon.
He does tell us that he can't do that.
Why?
He kept saying that he was losing
They're
storm
depleted.
troopers. They were
Yeah.
depleted.
Who's
So
going to beat him? Who's
Those-
going to attack him?
the Raiders who attacked Sabine.
And the
I
darker
assumed-
power that Balin senses.
Yes,
I thought that's the world between worlds he's sensing.
I don't think so.
I have thoughts about that. Let's just
yeah,
hold
that's
that
what I
until we
wanna
get
talk
there
about later.
because that's going to be an interesting discussion.
Yep.
You guys think he really didn't know where he was? I completely disagree.
And even Ezra's like,
All right.
we move every day or whatever.
Yeah,
He's like, we're
if-
always moving. So like, you
Like
can't
he
find him.
probably knows the general area, but also Ezra is a fully trained Jedi Knight at this point. He's going to pick up if Thrawn's
a
going to be
Boken
nearby.
Jedi.
is he? Is that what? Did he say that?
Say
Well,
what?
he's a fully trained Boken Jedi Knight.
What's a Boken Jedi Knight?
That's
a
what
Jedi
Balin.
trained in the wild.
Yeah.
After Order
Oh,
66.
okay.
Yeah,
that hadn't had a term.
I don't
I
think
don't
it
think
did.
it did,
I think
yeah.
that was a drop. That was a
Oh.
reveal.
I like it.
I must have missed
Sounds
that.
cool.
Yeah, Balin knows a lot of great shit about Jedi of old.
I need to rewatch this episode.
Yes.
It's
It's
a better
definitely
re-
not
it's
as
a
bad
better
as you
rewatch.
think.
It was
Yeah.
dense.
It
Yeah.
was dense. Yeah.
You don't. I'm not saying you think it's bad. I just think it's better than you think. if
Oh,
that
no,
makes
it was my
sense.
second favorite
Yeah,
episode of
yeah,
the
you're not
season.
saying it's bad,
Yeah,
so
no,
I don't
I-
want to make it sound.
I might
like
be
that.
there too. Second
It's my
best.
second
Yeah.
favorite one of the season so far.
Close episode 4 because of the end.
For me,
Close,
it's probably 4, 5, 6.
You like 4 instead of 5?
Yeah, because all that
Whoa.
Balin stuff. Balin's dope.
Wow. All right. That's fair.
It's more like Galen over here.
Yeah.
Well. Oh, whoops. Uh huh.
Who supported my
Yeah.
homophobic joke.
I guess so.
I'm in danger.
It's just a joke, everybody.
It
Keep
is.
your pants
Whatever.
on.
Yeah. If you've been
Except
listening to
Cosmo.
this, yay!
That was a good one.
Seriously? Really?
He's probably listening to this at Disneyland with his churro
Hey,
and
why
his
don't you get
turkey
line
leg.
for Space Mountain, you fuck?
Because it's closed for a month. He's going to see Haunted Mansion Holiday, isn't he?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
up,
you
it's up and
can't see
running.
the OG one, so another joke's on you.
No,
No,
dude, you
man,
wanna-
the
you wanna
overlay's
see-
fucking
you
sick.
wanna see
After
that.
I see the OG, I will, but I want to see
Okay.
OG.
You never seen it before?
No.
It's our Haunted Mansion. Just take the little
Hatbox
MC
Ghost.
Escher scene out.
Yeah.
It's literally
Fair.
the same, right? And
Yeah.
the stretcher room is better, and then like
The stretch room is better.
The
I
queue
want to
to
walk
get
through the
on
front
dune
door.
buggies
Like
is
they
just-
do.
Oh, the
yeah,
queue's better too.
and they have a much better.
And they're in New Orleans too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Hold, it's actually really different.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
that you say that.
They're both
we
pretty
keep
awesome.
talking ourselves out of it.
Yeah, they're both pretty awesome, but I think Disneyland's is better.
Side by side, I'm picking the Haunted Mansion Holiday because I can get the real close approximation here every day.
I'm with Brad because it's such a different ride with that.
It
I
doesn't.
love it.
I wouldn't if you just blindfolded me and then I was on that ride. I don't even know if I would know it's Haunted Mansion. Like it's that different.
It's true.
It's
Oh, okay. Yeah. For some reason, my brain thought you were like you couldn't tell the difference. No, yeah. There's no way you could think it was Haunted
Right.
Mansion. Yeah.
So Sabine runs into marauders or pirates or
Well, so this backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
The one's like, we'll give you a mount and provisions,
Yes,
and Sabine's like,
Tota.
what kind of ride do you got around here? And of course, it's a wolf because it's Dave Filoni.
howler. Yeah.
Yeah, howler wolf. So
Called
Uh,
Tota. His or hers name was Tota.
no,
I think it was
that
a he.
means sit
Oh.
because Enoch says it and it sits,
Oh.
and she
oh.
keeps saying it whenever he.
That's
sits.
right. She said it twice. I just
Yeah.
assumed the howler's name was Tota.
But
I'm
we
sorry.
get Enoch out there, and he's like, "Be careful, there's the marauders and whatnot." And then he's like, "Here's your weapons." And then I love his send off. He says, "Die well,"
Yes.
which is like obviously saying that it's dangerous out there. But I think that might be kind of like a thing where Enoch and all those troopers might be dead. So their whole thing
Right.
is they died well.
Yep.
And look at him now.
Mhm.
But I like Enoch. I want that Black Series of him. That'll be out.
Oh,
ASAP,
that's
right?
gonna
Like-
be sick.
Yeah. I want his Black Series helmet. They got to do an Enoch helmet.
I liked it a lot, but it reminded me of this is a deep cut. Do you have are you looking something up important right now?
No.
Look up
I'm listening.
type in Star Fox 64 Temple Andros Temple boss.
Star Fox 64.
Whatever you just said made me feel like people that don't know Star Wars when they listen to me talk about Star Wars, because all those words didn't process at all in my brain.
He looked like one of the faces on the. There's this in the game Star Fox 64. There's a boss at the very end of the game. It's called Andros. And before you get to Andros, there's this like temple you have to fly through.
Is this Andros?
Yeah, look up temple boss. Star Fox 64 Andros temple boss.
Oh, boss. I thought
Yeah.
you said box.
Temple Balls?
Temple
Temple
balls.
balls.
And there's this Aztec thing that like comes to life, and you have to like shoot
There
pieces
he
of
is.
him off. Yeah, look at like his head. The head it doesn't look like it, but it reminds
I get it.
me.
I get it,
I
yeah.
see it.
reminds
I
me of
see it.
that.
Yeah.
And that head rotates. It's got 4 different
Yeah.
faces on it, and one of the faces looks like the face of Enoch.
Dang.
Yikes.
I can see it, but
Deep
I like
weird
him.
cut, and I've been playing a lot of
He's
N64
like
lately.
that. It's just something about having a face that doesn't move when it talks. It's just creepy in a good way, though.
Oh,
Like, I
sure.
like
Yeah.
it. He's kind of creepy,
Yeah. Oh, he's very creepy. There's something
Yeah.
up with these guys.
and he's a little short for
Yeah,
a
they're
stormtrooper.
Night Brothers.
Like jokes aside, he is kind of short.
He is.
But
I didn't even.
But
notice
they're
it.
all
Yeah.
they're all probably Night Brothers
Just
or
to see
or
Kyle.
resurrected.
some version of they're just not a normal stormtrooper. Something's up with them.
So she's off, and then
She gets attacked, and
She gets
the
attacked.
homing beacon breaks. Not a homing
she
beacon,
beats
but
him
like
with Ezra's
tracker.
saber,
Yeah.
which is hers now technically. And then
And one day Ray will have it, and Luke will have it.
so
Lovely
yeah,
way
her
she
and
attaches its double-bladed lightsaber.
her and the Howler have a moment, and then she
The Howler runs away
Yeah.
when she gets attacked.
she's like,
And
I'm getting the hell out of here.
later it like crawls back, and she's like, "No, you abandoned me.
Yeah.
Leave me alone."
Yeah,
I'm
this
like-
is when the silly stuff
I'm
started
like,
with Star Wars.
skip.
This is what
skip.
from here out I hated it up until we saw Ezra.
That's what I do too, and I watch it and I just
It
skip,
was
skip,
this
skip,
is
skip, skip.
this was the part that felt very Rebelsy to me, and
Yes.
I don't have a problem with it, but I also don't have a problem if you skip it. Like
Yeah.
I get it, but it's just kind of setting up. This is Ezra though. He's got this connection with these. These aren't really creatures because they're sentient species.
Yeah, they got a language
Yeah,
and
they have
clothes
language
and
and
houses and
They're
yeah.
Little Noti, I think was their names. But
Yeah.
I want to. So before we get to meeting them and going to their village, let's talk about what I'm most interested in because there's a conversation that Balin has when they're looking at all the dead Marauder people and the other
Yes.
ones are looking on them.
Yes.
And it's a continuation from what him and Shin were talking about earlier when they were just landed on planet.
To backtrack too, real quick too, Thrawn. This is why Thrawn honors Sabine's
Yes.
deal here. He's like, Balin, follow her at your own pace. Go kill Sabine and Ezra. And somehow later along the way too, Thrawn tells Morgan, he's like, hey, I don't care if Balin and Shin die or if they get stranded here too. I don't care.
Yep.
He's like, I'm just here to escape.
Mhm.
So then Balin and Shin come across the Marauders.
Yes. So while they're looking down at it, Shin's asking questions about Ezra, like, "Did you know Ezra?" And he's like, "No, he's much too young." This
I
is where
love
we
his
get the
little
Boken.
scoff too. He's like, of course
No,
not.
Yeah,
He's too young.
he's too young. And then they get we get the Boken Jedi reference here,
Mm-hmm.
where he says he was a Boken Jedi trained in the wild, and Shin's just like me. And then Balin like defiantly looks like, "No,
No.
I trained you differently
Yes, to be better or to be more.
to be
something like
to be
that.
more than that." Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then this again continuation from earlier because Balin was telling Shin, and this is some peak Star Wars here, just about how like everything it's just like the fall of the Jedi and the rise of the Empire over and over and over
It's a
again.
cycle.
It's a cycle, and Balin was just talking about feeling something, and it was either one of these scenes, just feeling something greater because Shin asks him like, "What does he want?" Like it's like Shin asks, "Can we get the power we seek?" And Balin said that's fleeting.
And she also mentions how the Night Sisters are trying to escape the planet.
Yes.
She's like, shouldn't this be a sign that we should probably get out
Yes.
too? And Balin's like, no, they're just scared.
They're
Can't you
afraid
feel
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're afraid of what Balin can sense and what he wants. And what he wants is the beginning. He said he wants the beginning to be able to control from there, essentially.
Yep, to break the cycle.
So what the fuck does this mean?
I have no idea.
I think it's just his way of saying he wants to be in charge for once and start a new thing, the First Order,
So do you
and be involved in that somehow.
okay? So
That's how I took it.
you think this is a pathway to begin the First Order?
Yes.
Okay.
I would
I- I
love
thi- I
that,
think
but
he
I
would-
don't think it's that.
Yeah, I don't think it's that
I think he
either.
wants to be involved. I think he's tired of being shit on, and he's tired of being at the bottom. And he's going like, "This is a way for me to make an agreement with Thrawn, which won't go well."
I think
And I think this is his way of getting his own the position of power he wants. That's
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
think it is.
I think he wants to begin his own order, not Jedi order, but his own order of
It's like Force
doing
user.
things.
Okay.
Because in this conversation, Shin asks him, "Do you miss it, the order?"
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of sighs and takes a second. And he goes, "I miss the idea of it."
Mm-hmm. That's what it
So
stands for.
He
Yeah.
misses what it stands for. So I think he wants to make his own order.
Okay.
And start it from there, possibly on this planet. Because even way back earlier in the series, Shin's like, what are we going to find when we get there?
Yeah.
And he's like, for some, it's going to be a new beginning. And then for some, it's power. For us, I think he says power. But also
Yes.
that new beginning is a new order.
Mm-hmm. Could be. I thought a little bit heftier into this. Brad said potentially means world between worlds. So maybe he wants the beginning, like the legit beginning. Maybe he wants to find the portal in the world between worlds where he could step into and change something.
Which,
Now-
as a character in the universe, that is a logical thought process.
Yes.
Because you would know how it works.
Right.
But we know that's not how it works. But as a story arc for that character, it would be fitting for him to get there and realize that he can't do what he wants.
Yeah. Or let's logically talk about this. Do you think Star Wars pulls that trigger?
No.
I missed all of that. Can you say it one more time?
Are they
I'm sorry.
doing time travel?
No
No.
chance. I don't think so. I
They
really
had their
think-
chance, and they thankfully didn't do it.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's any way.
I think if it wasn't Dave Filoni and it was honestly, if there wasn't like a story group and all that kind of stuff, I'd be more nervous about that. But I don't think they're going to let that happen.
No.
I agree.
You would undo.
I just thought
Now,
it deserved it.
They could attempt to do it.
Yeah.
I thought that's the way you were going when you
Okay.
said that you thought that's where it was going. I just don't see them doing that.
No, I don't either.
They would get so much shit.
Especially
from
now.
people.
Now that it's like the not cool thing, I guess, but like the mainstream. Everyone's doing it. Multiverse, time travel.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Do
doing
it.
it now. So
I mean,
please
you-
don't.
To me,
Please
you're
don't
already
be.
touching things I don't like with another galaxy. Like, I'm not a huge fan of that idea.
But it makes sense.
I guess.
But it doesn't
But it
sound like
just-
they're going to
it
go past
doesn't-
Peridia because
Yeah, they're
because they
coming
all want to go back.
Yeah, they're all
No,
coming right
that's
back.
fine, and
Yeah.
that's cool. But like, it's weird to me because there was a few things that they introduced in that goddamn book that I always bring up that I hated, the Canto Bite book,
Yeah, that's true.
about those people from another universe.
Yeah, I forgot about
And
that.
I don't want them to like, because this is a slippery slope to me. Like, if you start a galaxy, well, maybe there's another universe out there, and
Yeah.
I don't want that at fucking all.
Well, no,
At all.
None of us do.
no, I
None
don't
of
think
us do.
I don't think there'd be another universe because galaxies
there'd be-
exist
I
within a.
don't think
No,
I
but
don't-
yeah, but we
slippery slope, bro.
but we know galaxies exist.
That's how
So it's
space
like
works.
Star Wars has to know that too.
I-
You know,
Sure.
they just don't
Going
have the means to
one
get there yet.
Sucks. Like, to
Until
me,
now.
I wish they didn't do that. Like, I wish there was like it was a far off thing that was like, yeah, and who knows what's out there? Now we know. Also, like, what happened to the unknown regions?
It's still there. It's just Exegol, and that's about it.
I want to know more. I want to like.
We all
are they
just
going
assume that's where
Exegol?
Thrawn was.
Yeah,
know.
well, I was going to say Thrawn and Ezra should have been on Exegol. Actually, you want to
That would've
connect
been
the
cool. That would've
sequels?
been cool.
That would have been nice. That's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with the other galaxy thing because it doesn't sound like it's
Yeah.
staying around.
If they
Yeah.
address that there's other things going on some other planet that we can't get to, like address it in some way.
Yeah.
I don't need them there, but you gotta.
But this also gives them.
I feel like they're doing, instead of what I was hoping they would do with this story, which was like, it's the sequels kind of come out like this, and there's all this shit. You had the opportunity to focus it all, and instead of doing that, you're making it
run
more-
parallel, kind of.
more broad,
yeah.
and it's like you're doing the opposite of what anyone would want. With like introducing all this new planet now, and like you could have made it very condensed. Thrawn's there, they're doing this, they're setting up, they're getting ready for the First Order. Boom, come
there's
back.
a new planet every day in Star Wars, so like that's nothing new.
Yeah,
but
Yeah, but
I think this.
let's
gives
see how
them-
this fleshes
But
out
again,
Yeah.
because we still have a movie.
is my-
and
this is my
skeleton
initial thought.
crew. And
Yep. This
This
also
is
gives
my
them an
initial
out,
thought.
not an out in a bad way, but like an out for future storytelling. Where like if we're done with the main galaxy, now we can go fledge out this other galaxy. This could go infinite. Star Wars could never die if they do that.
They could just keep introducing planets in it.
No,
No, please don't.
Star Wars won't ever die, but
So wait, you're
Balance-
okay with them introducing planets in the fake?
In a new galaxy.
Why? Why not just keep the ones that are there? That makes no sense.
Keep the ones that are there. I agree, but we don't need a new planet every day in the same
But
galaxy.
you're okay
no, we
with it
don't.
do-
But
We don't need 5,000 planets in one galaxy. That's
Why?
not
There's-
how galaxies work.
1,000% it does.
That's exactly how it works.
Yeah. There are shit tons of planets and stars
5
and
billion
galaxies.
or whatever. I don't know the number.
It's
I'm not
infinite.
a scientist, but
But
in,
it's
not in
not-
one
that's-
galaxy. In space, it's infinite.
It's not infinite in one
Not
but
galaxy.
in
infinite
one
one
galaxy,
galaxy,
it's
but
contained. So we
there's-
can't have 5 billion or planets in one galaxy.
You definitely can.
You could.
I don't know the official number of whatever is in galaxy, but we don't need.
Well, there isn't a set number. It's like X is a galaxy, but there
True.
are galaxies with hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of planets.
True, but like we don't need to just get more confusing and more convoluted this one galaxy every day. Like, no, we got to
Why-
get a new map
to
now
me-
for this galaxy.
see, now-
we got to
now-
print a new
but-
map. Now
no,
we got to
but
get another new map. Like,
you got to do the same thing with a new galaxy. It's no different. You
No,
just
you
call
can-
it a
this-
different place.
This
It's the
galaxy,
same thing.
Yeah, this galaxy can be done.
So check
and
this.
now we can expand this new galaxy.
The Milky Way galaxy on average, that's ours, between 800 billion and 3.2 trillion
Okay,
planets.
so let's say that
That's where we live. That's
Yeah.
one of the galaxies that we're in.
I didn't know that was the number
Yeah,
because
it's a
none of
lot.
us knew that number.
I know it's a
so-
lot.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I
it
knew
was
it was
a
a lot
shit ton.
too, but
I didn't know trillion. That's a lot.
exactly, we didn't know how big it was. But
God, I can't even wrap my head around that number. Trillion?
Uh-huh. Planets. It's
1,000 billion.
a lot. Yeah.
but at some point,
That's why. I won't get into it, but we're not alone. So
yeah, no, we all agree. I
I
think
don't know.
on
Those
that.
Mexican aliens looked real convincing.
it was cake. Yeah. It's just cake.
Everything is cake.
Everything is cake.
But-
Is a cake.
And this can stop us from going to Tatooine for every story too. Now we have another galaxy.
Oh yeah.
Unless there's a Tatooine there too, which I guess there could be like a.
I guess I just don't get the
Jakku
That's where
logic of,
Dantooine
like,
is.
Yeah,
I guess I just don't get the logic of why it's cool to do it in one galaxy, not the other.
because in one galaxy we only know one planet.
But
so
we
now
don't-
we know there's more than one, obviously.
but-
But some had
but-
but-
you
trillions.
don't
But there's
know every
tons
planet
more
exists.
in the
Like,
Star Wars galaxy. There are way more that we don't even know about
Right.
because of what we just saw
But
with
it's like,
the math.
okay, how is this planet? Oh, now all of a sudden it's relevant, even though it wasn't in the originals or in the sequels. Like, oh, it's relevant today, but then it just disappears forever. It's like
That's backward storytelling. That's the can of worms George Lucas opened up doing 4, 5, and 6 first.
That's true.
yeah, but like after they made whatever number of planets are up to now, they should just be like, okay, we're done because now like this planet could be important for the next story instead of being like, oh no, just another desert planet. It's like, why didn't you just use Tatooine again? We
So-
don't need 5 desert planets.
So you're totally cool with another
Galaxy
like-
having other planets, yes,
Hang on.
because that's how space works.
but you're cool with but space
But
also
space
works
also works with existing
with
planets.
yes, and we have the existing.
Look at
planets.
Pagano
We're
and
done.
Fallen Order.
Hang on a second. I feel like you think that they've established every planet.
They
It's
should, but they haven't.
okay, but what if they did?
It's impossible.
They should, because then we can move on to a new galaxy.
But what if there's another desert planet in the galaxy they just haven't explored yet?
Why would there be?
Why wouldn't there
For
be?
storytelling purposes.
There wasn't until The Force Awakens. Jakku.
I'm sure there was.
gonna have a stroke.
Because there's 5 trillion planets, so I'm sure there was one.
I don't have a stroke. I don't get it. I don't get the logic. And if you have your logic, that's fine. I don't understand the logic.
I don't know your logic for not liking another galaxy.
I
Because that's
just-
how space works.
Because
So if you're saying,
you don't need it.
I'm with Brad on
you're
that,
already
and then
in,
you on that.
But
Yeah,
you're already
so
in this. But you
in the middle.
started everything in this galaxy. Let's continue the stories in this galaxy.
but there's other galaxies, right?
Agreed,
Like there's
but-
other planets, so there's other galaxies, right?
But I don't give
Sandra
a fuck
think
about.
there's one galaxy.
Hey, if I'm watching the Jersey Shore, there could be another fucking galaxy with another Jersey Shore, but I don't give a fuck about
Let's
that
hope
one because
not.
I'm watching this one.
well, there's your problem.
I'm paying attention. Well, I'm paying attention. Love After Lockup. Pick your fucking stupid show.
Yeah, there you go.
If I'm watching what contains this universe, this galaxy, I don't give a fuck about the other one. I'm watching this one. And
You
if you're,
do if that other galaxy matters, because now this one does.
I don't want it to.
Why not?
It's not going to matter after they leave, unless the thing with Balin turns out to be something completely different than we've ever conceived before. Like it has the power to take him to the beginning.
I was thinking it could even be
I hope it doesn't.
Bendu
I know.
related.
I was thinking it was the
higher power could be the Bendu senses.
when I started knowing that's what kind of the road you were going down. I was like, is this like a world between worlds thing that he's sensing?
Could
be.
That's what I'm thinking. And
It could be a lot of things.
And I'm thinking
That's
maybe
what
he
interests
thinks
me.
he can go back to the beginning.
Yeah,
through
that's what I'm-
that and not know how it works.
Yeah,
that's what you're.
It
Yeah,
could, yeah, it
Is
was
that
that
what
was
you were
the
talking
thought.
about? When
yeah.
I was,
Well, you were busy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're
I
good.
didn't
You're
hear
good.
any of that.
No,
That's
it's okay.
that's what I was thinking. It was.
Yeah, and that would be
It
an
could be.
awesome character arc because, like we said, in the universe, the character doesn't know how the world between world works. So it'd be cool to see him thinking that he could time travel and change stuff,
Yeah, that,
and
that
then
would
be so
cool.
disappointed when he gets there. He's like, I can't do anything.
I love that idea.
You
Yeah,
think
'cause
you think
outside of the
Anakin
universe,
stops
we
him in the
know.
world between worlds? It has to be Ahsoka,
That would be
but
cool. Or they both of them
no,
combined.
it wouldn't be Anakin. He just got
It
done
would
training.
be cool if it was like if it was Rey.
Or Qui-Gon.
That's what I said to you last night. Is like, what if Rey shows up in the world between worlds somehow and kills somebody?
Well, we hear her
Well,
voice in
shit.
Rebels.
We do.
in the world
Yeah,
between worlds.
yeah, that's possible.
Yeah,
Dude, that'd be.
What if it's
sick.
Dark Rey? What if it's Dark Rey shows up,
Ooh.
kills? What if she kills
My
Ahsoka?
dick
Is
could
that
not get
Taylor
hard
knocking
enough.
on the door now? Like, how did?
What if Dark Rey kills Ahsoka in the world between worlds and that resets the sequel trilogy?
Oh no. See, now you're speaking like the idiots on the internet,
I know.
So
and you did it on purpose.
Let me
So-
just disclaimer: I don't want that.
No.
That's
I have
just
a question
thought.
about the world between worlds. I don't know if I asked this last week. If I did, and I'm repeating my question, I forgot the answer, so I apologize. So let's say 2 Jedi walk into the
A
world
bar?
between worlds. 2 Jedi's walk into
They
the world
walk
between
into
worlds.
Opus.
I didn't play that.
That's my part, right?
It is your
Yeah.
part, yeah.
I need to update that. So 2 Jedi walk into the world between worlds. Can the one kill the other one in the world between worlds?
No,
And if so,
because that would
how would-
change the time.
hold
so
up.
you can't.
but how do we know you can't do that?
Hold up.
'Cause
Go
you
to
can't
Rebels.
change time.
Go to Rebels. Do you remember when Palpatine was trying to murder Ezra and Ahsoka in the world between worlds? Sitting
was
there with
trying.
his like cauldron.
Yeah, he was trying, but it wouldn't have worked because you
Or
can't.
did
How
it
do we
just-
know that?
Or did it just not work that time?
Because they were dodging the shit out of all of his flames and
Well, I would
If
be
it
too,
doesn't work, then why would you care if you got hit or not?
because in the universe they don't know what works and what doesn't.
I'd have to
Oh,
We
assume.
do
okay.
from the outside. We know that they can't
Well, hold
change time.
Hold on. Can't you assume that they die in the world between worlds because Ahsoka was there and Darth Vader was trying to kill her? Remember?
Wait, say again.
So, like, all right, Anakin, but when he turned to Darth Vader last
Yeah.
episode,
Yeah.
he was trying. Towards the end there, he's like, then you will die. Like, he was basically, when she wasn't willing to do what he wanted him to do or outwardly say, I want to live and fight back because we didn't talk about this last week. There's 2 things I want to bring up from that episode that we failed to mention to talk about. Ahsoka's eyes turn yellow
Oh yeah.
there for a hot minute when she's looking at Anakin.
Yeah.
I didn't even pick. I
Yeah.
didn't notice it.
I
I
get,
forgot about that
dice?
too.
I did not.
she had
catch
sit
that.
dies for a hot second right before she says, "I choose to live," and then that's when Anakin backs off, turns back into Anakin, and leaves her.
I'm still confused by that whole sequence.
See, I think they couldn't kill each other, but because Ahsoka was about to die in real life,
Yeah.
quote, then like if she chose to die, she would have died. But
yeah.
Anakin couldn't have physically killed her. That's how
Okay.
I read it. That's
so
not
sh-
official.
Was
That's
she
just how I
actually
read it.
in the world between worlds, or was this
Yes.
a vision?
The world between worlds.
So then,
is-
how would she die in
She
real? in
she
real
was
life?
there, but she was there
essence was
because
there.
remember her at
So
least her, full
physical
essence.
body isn't.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think her physical body was
In this
was in
case.
the
But
was
it
in the
was
ocean.
in the last one, right?
Yes.
Yes, because she got pulled into it by Ezra.
Okay.
Yeah, through a portal. Now,
I
Anakin
think you
wasn't-
can die. Yeah, I want to answer that and say I think you can. We haven't seen it.
I
We
don't see
might.
why you wouldn't be able to. It wouldn't.
It makes sense for Balin to die there if we're going that
I
way.
think-
Unfortunately, especially with what happened with the actor.
Yeah,
I
that
think
sucks.
you can if that's where your story ends. But if it was like Ahsoka in Rebels where she got pulled in and then she died, that wouldn't make sense because she's alive after. So that you can't do. But if
Yeah, but she's a. See, this is where the shit gets confusing because it's like she's alive after because they chose to write more about her.
Mm-hmm.
They could have
Yeah.
killed her off. Like that's why it gets confusing
Right.
sometimes. But it's like, yes, she is alive afterwards, but they could have been like, this is the end of Ahsoka's story and killed her off there.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if Balin or anyone else, I guess, yeah, because we don't know if they're in the sequels or not. Well, no, we know the Ghost is present, the ship, the Ghost.
In
but
The
we
Rise
don't
of
know we don't know
Skywalker,
who's
yeah.
flying it, technically,
Chopper.
I guess.
Chopper's the only
Even though
one.
I think the
Yeah.
novelization says it's Hera, but books aren't fully
I
canon,
think
as we know.
it does, but
But
the problem with those books is they're based on spec scripts, kind
Yeah.
of. Not the final thing you see on film. They're based on the script,
Mhm.
Yeah.
not spec
But
scripts.
anyway, let's just say it's Balin or Ahsoka. We don't know if they're, except the theme park nerd in me says Ahsoka is because she's in Galaxy's Edge. So I'll just say Balin. Balin steps in there and he dies.
that's a good call.
That means we can never see Balin again unless it's flashbacks and stuff before the World Between Worlds death, if that's what happens.
Do you think it's smart if we just start saying Galaxy's Edge isn't canon at this point?
Until proven otherwise, I'm
It's
saying
technically
it is.
still. I still haven't seen anything where it's not
Yeah.
because all those characters
As
could
soon as
exist at that
Ahsoka
time.
I saw a
dies-
bunch of
Yeah.
behind the scenes like documentation about them. Like, remember those things we'll talk afterwards.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking
You know what
about.
I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Was that ever official?
Yeah. But
So it isn't canon then.
it's not, but they're still treating it like it is in a way, in a sense of like Darth Vader's not there. But as soon as we see Darth Vader or we see Ahsoka die in next week's episode and still be an Edge, then we got problems.
Ahsoka's not dying.
No,
this
no,
season.
no, she's not. But if
She's gonna
somehow
bite
she
it
did,
in his movie.
yeah,
In Filoni's movie, he's gonna end it there. he has
for sure.
to.
You have to. You, don't,
He
you
has
can't.
to.
You don't have a choice.
well then we got problems though if it's before Episode 8.
Why?
If the movie's before Episode 8, it could happen concurrently. We don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, the movie's gonna be way before Episode 8.
Ooh.
I mean,
and
this
that's,
whole thing,
that's
should
when
be,
we got
yeah.
this whole
those
thing is
problems
like
we're talking
20
about.
years before, right? Before Episode
Not
8.
20. No, I don't think it's
Well,
quite 20. Is it
pretty
20?
close
It's definitely
because
2025.
Ben Solo's like 8 or 9 right now
He's
in
not.
the Ahsoka timeline.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a good 20-ish years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang.
So
It's the biggest gap in Star Wars history, dude. That gap. Well, not really, because there's between High Republic and then 1. But
In movies.
Then the
in
Old
movie
Republic,
terms.
it's
yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
who the hell knows what Balin's talking about? So this is one of the things I
Yeah.
love. Like I can't wait to find out what's going
Like,
on with
I'm-
all that.
He's finally
It's
getting a
interesting.
little more specific, but I'm tired of him just being like gazing into distance and being vague for the sake of vagueness.
I'm just tired of the fucking drawn out shit. Like, there was so much. To me, in this episode, there was so much wasted fucking time that you could have do telling a story instead of showing.
to the fireworks factory?
There is wasted time, and it's the little turtle guys
Was
for
my
me
hip.
and the wolf.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about the. Well,
But-
we talked about
so-
Howler and Little No T, but
Fuck those guys. They look like Jimmy
Now,
Cricket.
the
come to
last
life.
thing that the Balin thing could be, we said World Between Worlds, we said new, not Jedi Order, but new Force-using Order. Could be Bendu. I don't think this is, but it could be a super far stretch. It could be the brother is on that planet somehow. Because you could interpret Anakin as the new father, Ahsoka
absolutely,
as the
yeah.
new
Oh,
daughter.
Please don't.
So who's the new brother? Or is it the old brother? Is he there?
Please don't.
Is
do
Balin
this.
trying to be the brother?
Could be.
Oh,
Which
God
I
damn it,
love him,
please
but I don't
no.
think he's earned it. Like Anakin has earned father. Ahsoka has earned daughter. But
The-
I don't think
This is what they're doing. Great. I didn't even think about this. God
The
damn.
Mortis
I
stuff?
don't think
I
it
don't
is.
know.
I would like it, but I don't think it is. That's too far fetched, I think.
God damn it. This sounds like some shit Dave Filoni would do.
Yeah,
I
don't think
the
he-
more you're
I don't
saying it,
think
the more
so.
I'm like, this is exactly what they're gonna do.
I mean, why don't
I just hate that whole fucking thing.
Okay.
The Mortis. I hate the whole thing. I think it is so stupid. I think it doesn't do anything. I know I'm in the minority on this. I know most people think this is like one of the best parts of Clone Wars. I fucking hate it. I think it's so cheesy. I think it's so dumb. I think it's completely unnecessary to the lore. You don't need the metaphor for the thing we know already. Like that's why I don't like it. I think it's redundant, and I think it's a waste of what could have been better storytelling. And if they go down this road, that's going to bum me out. But they can redeem it. I'm not saying it can't be done well. I just don't like the idea of that.
Okay.
It's my own personal thing.
We'll see. I'm indifferent on Mortis at the moment. I'd like to see how they go through with it.
I need to rewatch it. See if I was in a bad mood that day or something.
It's all good.
It's not common to have strong opinions like that in Star Wars shit. So like I need to go back and rewatch it.
A rewatch you will give.
A rewatch I will give.
So we finally get to the Little Nodi Village, Endor version 2.
Yeah, these are like the new Ewoks.
Yeah, yeah, the new Ewoks, or you call them from Spaceballs, the Dip-Yip or
Dip-Yips? Dip-Yips. They do look
Dip-Yips.
delicious.
There we go.
No, I don't know what they're
Crab
called, but
They should serve on the house.
Yes.
yes, they should. Turtle soup, naughty soup.
Sabine recognizes the little one has the rebellion symbol just like she does.
I liked that a lot.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was
Now
cool.
you could have done that in a minute versus
Yes.
7 minutes.
Yes.
And then if they didn't, Brad would have been bitching about how short the episode was. The
It
episode
is-
was
not
too
at this
short
Point, not at this
It
point.
is about 42 minutes.
This was
long,
42
I think?
minutes, yeah. without credits.
It could have been cut down to about 32, probably.
Ooh, severe thunderstorm warning.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm looking at it. Look how dark it's getting.
Spooky.
I'm okay with shorter episodes. I don't like drawn out shit. Like there's no reason to draw shit out. Like I lose interest. I'm like, okay.
Like if it's 42 minutes of I can't skip any of this, then it's good. But like when you can skip 5 to 10 minutes, you're like,
Has
Let's go.
anyone rewatched Kenobi yet?
a
From
couple
beginning to end?
episodes.
The first
No,
3 episodes, yeah.
not beginning
Yeah,
to end,
is-
but a couple.
Is it what you remember, or is it better or worse?
No, it's not better.
It's not better.
I'll say that. It's not better. There's some stuff in it that I dig still, but I dug it the first time I saw it. So, and then I stopped before episode 4 because I got really mad thinking about how they just ripped off Fallen Order. The more I
They
think about
really
that,
did, bro.
really
they
did.
really did.
No one can ever get in there. It's never been done.
Yeah, I know.
I
Like
think
it was
that's all
done 5 years
propaganda,
fucking
man.
earlier.
That's all Imperial
I
propaganda.
hope so.
Yeah.
They need to come out and just say it though, for that and for Order 66.
That was my fucking
Yeah, I love that. Your
my
idea.
take
Yeah,
years ago.
yeah.
That's what,
You've been
that's the
saying it
route
as
they
long
should
as
go
I've
with
known
it.
you, and I love that.
That's the route they should go with it. Is that
What
it's
if
bullshit.
Balin's the one that like brings that to light? And Balin's like, they didn't really kill as many of us as they thought, and it's like, then maybe Thrawn can be like, yeah, we were just using that as propaganda. That'd be cool if that happened.
Yeah,
That's
potentially.
not something we need.
Yeah.
There's so many more important questions that need to be answered. That's not high on the list.
Don't forget, I wonder if Thrawn's going to say anything about knowing Anakin because he asked Morgan for everything about
Oh, yeah.
Ahsoka Tano. He's
Yeah.
like, I want her master. And he's like, oh,
What
it's
planet
Anakin.
she's from?
Yeah.
She's from Sheely. She's a Togruta, so
Mhm.
that shouldn't be hard to figure out.
So the ending we get after, well, first off, we didn't, real quick,
We
let's
got to
kind
talk
of blow
about
through
what
this. Yeah.
Thrawn's doing too. So.
Right. Well, first we're going to get to Sabine running into Ezra on Little Endor 2.
Yeah.
So she's just walking around, and then Ezra just shows up right in the background with a full-on beard and looking like, as Brad said, looking like a
Sasha Bridger.
Sasha Bridger.
Yeah. I have grown to like all the casting choices
I
over
hate this
time.
one.
Oh, you hate this one?
I don't
I
think it
thought
looks-
this one was perfect.
Doesn't look anything like Ezra.
It
Doesn't
looks
sound
just like his
Ezra.
dad.
Oh.
So this would be like an older version.
It looks
Okay.
exactly
It
like
looks
his
just
dad.
like
yeah.
his dad.
I
He
didn't
does.
even, I
Yeah.
didn't even think about that. You're
And
right.
his mannerisms, and even he's like, I forget how it comes up, but like, the plan worked, didn't it? And then he pauses and he goes, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's Ezra.
It is. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
so
I
Ezra.
take it back. I didn't think about his dad. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's-
they had really good community. This was just, you have to see Ezra, right? You have to introduce him to the story. Now I can't wait to see him in action, right?
We got to get
wanna know what
Sabine
level
handing
he's
the level
trained.
back, right? Or we got to get Sabine handing the lightsaber back.
Yes,
So
we'll
we can
get
see
that.
what level he's on.
I want to know how bad this. If he's like, I would love to know if he's like communicating with Kanan.
I would
That'd be
assume
cool.
he's tried.
That would be cool. He's
Training
definitely
with
tried.
Kanan.
And then at
You
the
could-
end of this conversation,
Dude, I get a live action Kanan Jarrus, I'm gonna fucking have a heart attack.
we all are, dude.
Might get
That'd
a
be
Force
amazing.
Ghost, yeah.
Which
Might be our
this could,
actual
this
Force
could be
Ghost,
the
but-
whole thing where like Liam said he wasn't coming back and all that stuff, but like Freddie Prinze has also been doing that. Where he's like, I'm not in Star Wars anymore. I don't have anything to do with it anymore.
I trust what he says because
I don't know.
if you watch him in interviews, like he's a fan, and like he goes hard on like what he believes and stuff. Like
Yeah.
as far as like Star Wars lore and like his opinions on it, he don't give a fuck.
He's up there in the top like 5 people too that probably know Star Wars.
Yeah. Him and Sam Witwer's number one.
Yeah,
There's
Filoni
nobody
and Sam are 1 and 2.
I guarantee you, if Filoni and Witwer went head to head, Witwer would win.
I'd believe it. Those are 1 and 2 in
Dude,
whatever order.
he had like I think Filoni understands writing and storytelling, but I think straight up trivia
and lore and stuff.
and lore, I think
Sam.
Witwer's got him.
Yeah.
I mean, he would if you go like one of the best things you can do, and I recommend anyone to go do this. Go look up any of the episodes of the
Rebels Recon or
no, what's the Schmodown, the Jedi
yeah.
ones, and just type in Schmodown Sam Witwer Star Wars trivia in YouTube and watch, and the obscure shit he knows from like a comic book that was on page 3 of one panel reference. Like he knows his shit frontwards, backwards, sideways, upside down. Like he's the dude.
He probably even knows Legends, honestly.
I would assume that they wouldn't cast him because he doesn't look like Kanan at all.
No. I meant well, Freddie Prinze. No, yeah,
he looks
doesn't either.
nothing like him.
No,
Not really.
And
yeah.
he's like kind of retired from acting. I mean, like he does jujitsu and stuff. Like that's he just hangs out with his family and shit. Like I would be shocked if he did it, but I think it'd be cool. But I think you could cast someone who looked more like him. And I think, after seeing Thrawn, I wouldn't have necessarily thought this, but after seeing him as Thrawn, I'd rather see someone that looks more like him than has the mannerisms. It's like when someone is cast in like a biopic movie.
Yeah.
It's better for them to look like them and kind of sound like them than it is for them to sound like them and not have their mannerisms down.
Thrawn's got such a unique voice, though.
Yeah,
I
we're
love the
not
way they
like,
did it.
He's the exception because his voice
Yep.
is so unique.
Like
But,
Freddie Prinze does have a pretty recognizable voice, especially as Kanan, but it's not as big of a deal as Thrawn. Like if you had someone else trying to talk like Thrawn, like it wouldn't work out.
think about like how Rami Malek looked exactly like Freddie Mercury. If they had a guy that just kind of looked like Freddie Mercury and sounded like him, it wouldn't be as cool.
Sure.
To the what you're saying, it's a visual thing.
Yeah.
But I'll be down for that 100%.
So after Sabine and Ezra,
Well,
have a
Ezra's even like, "How'd you get here?
Right.
Let's go
Right.
home. I can't wait
he
to go
wants
home."
to know everything.
Sabine's like, about
About
that.
that.
I won't tell you right now.
Let's
she's
go
like-
screw first.
She pulls a Maz, and she's like, "That's a good question for a better time."
Well, episode 7.
Yeah. So then we jump over to Thrawn and Morgan,
Yes.
and what are these night troopers hauling into the ship from
Yeah.
the catacombs
Interesting.
that look like floating coffins?
Yeah, are they more troops? Are they dead people that the Great Mothers can revive?
100%.
It's gotta be.
100%.
That's crazy to me.
That,
Like if
talk-
you would have
talk
told
about
me
Fallen Order shit, like when you're
Yeah.
on Dathomir.
It
Clone
makes
Wars
sense.
too, they did it in the Clone Wars versus
did.
Grievous. They
Here's
did
why
in
it makes
Fallen
sense.
Order.
He's out there in exile. Like I'm sure there are female stormtroopers. You don't see them a lot in Star Wars lore, but they exist.
Mhm.
In Phasma, you get a few. How are they replenishing their troops? They've been out there for how long? They
They're
gotta
not.
be undead people.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
gotta be just Thrawn survived
Yes.
organically.
Yep.
And the rest of these stormtroopers are undead people. 100%.
Yep.
Let's fucking go. I'm here. I'm actually here for it. I wouldn't have thought that made sense, but the way they're doing it with the Night Sister stuff, which is completely unexpected.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
If
had
you
no
would have
idea
told
this
me
was coming.
a few months ago that we would have got Night Sister magic and the Great Mothers and possibly revived
Mando
troopers,
episode
like,
season 1. Was it season 1 or season 2? Season 1 with Ahsoka, right?
What?
When Ahsoka goes
The Jedi?
It's season 1, right? Or 2?
two.
Season 2.
Two.
Of Mando.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
just said she was a Night Sister, I'd be like, that was such
Oh,
a
Morgan,
out of,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
such a fucking out of nowhere.
She hit it well. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just, I can't believe they're going there, and that's how
So, yeah.
crazy he's going for this. And that's,
It makes sense. Fallen Order is very popular. Like,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
So we asked on Instagram on Jedi Talk Podcast. Lots of you guys responded. We asked specifically, what are your thoughts on episode 6? We'll discuss on tonight's recording. So that's what we're doing right now. So we have, I'm just going to read your usernames off. Zizzard, loved it. We agree. I loved it as well.
Nice.
no, that's Taylor's mom.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Jason Broshak said, my mind was blown away. I'm very interested in Balin and Shin, absolutely. But
Oh, yeah.
also
Oh, yeah.
Thrawn, great entrance, not going to lie.
Yeah.
I agree. That entrance was
badass.
legit.
The music was so I know you said that before. The music was fucking bad.
Yeah. Patrick, who Pradek one, who hooked you up with the ticket.
Thanks, bro.
We got a lot of Thrawn. Absolutely, we did. Can't wait to see what that cargo was. We were just talking about that. What's the
Mhm.
cargo? I completely agree with
What's
that.
in the box?
Well, I was just about to fucking say that.
What's in the
What's
box?
in the box? 3.75 inches. It must be Kyle. 3.75 inch punch. Boy, will Ezra be pissed. Yes. That's what 3.75 inch punch said. Boy, will Ezra be pissed.
I wonder how long the last time he's interacted with Thrawn. I'm
when
so
did
interested in their
when did they
relationship.
split? I don't know if it was Escape or what happened. When did that happen?
Hopefully we'll find out. I don't
We'll
know.
find out. Ezra's gonna tell.
I have a
someone.
feeling we're going to get like a at the campfire kind of thing
Yeah.
with Sabine and Ezra, and
Yeah.
they'll be
They're
talking,
having
and we'll get
heart-to-hearts.
having
Sandro
like a
pops
heart to
in,
heart.
He's like, "Hey guys, I'm really trying to make it.
Yeah.
Want to hear me play this song?"
Oh, Sandro's song that he creates at Wani now doesn't count. The one galaxy at the end of the Halcyon. There's two
It's true. Sandro doesn't know that though. Only like 5 people know that.
right now.
True.
Maybe the real reason the Halcyon's going away because they're resetting the universe.
Maybe.
I'm kidding. That was a joke.
Do you? We gotta talk next week. I think they're gonna demolish that bitch. So upsetting.
I'll already be
save it.
crying. So it's good to talk about
We'll
that
save
when
it.
I'm already crying. So sure. But
We'll save it. You guys got any more thoughts? I know we've been kind of going
Well,
hard on this
no.
one.
well, eventually we're gonna get Sabine admitting to Ezra how she screwed the universe, basically. But we got that already with
You have to have them. She hasn't addressed Ahsoka about it yet.
not face to face.
No. So like, there's gonna be a lot
Before
of
that happened, like Sabine and Ahsoka talked about it, and Ahsoka warned her. He's like, "You got to do what you got to do, and it's either Ezra or no one, and don't pick Ezra.
I
you have
think
to."
that they're gonna. I think Ahsoka's gonna be kind of the hero here.
Yeah.
And clean up this mess. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't be shocked if Ezra is like, I'm done fighting. I don't want to deal with that shit. I want to train as a Jedi, learn in the Force, kind of do my own thing. And Sabine kind of hangs out with him and joins, and like they kind of
Could
go
be.
separate ways.
Interesting that it's not Ezra though. He always, well, unless he's kind of had like a character transformation, but Ezra's always wanted to
But
fight.
But he's not.
He kind of said he did say though, "I can't wait to go home."
Yes,
Like
he
he
did
doesn't
say
want to
that.
fight right now. He wants to go home.
Right.
I think he's gonna just kind of chill.
He
think
really
he's-
wanted to
But
fight.
to go
for
home,
his-
knows-
he's gonna have to fight.
Who
He-
knows how long he's been fighting with Thrawn? Like who knows
Yeah.
what the fuck's been
He
going
wanted to
on.
fight for his friends, family, and for
His ma-
Lothal
and his master.
and his master. And
Yep.
he's got
all
most of his
gone
friends
now.
and family there still, and Lothal's there and thriving. So he just wants to go back to his home.
He
But-
wants to see the Governor Ryder.
Yeah.
Governor
Alexa,
Ryder on
shut
the
up.
line. Alexa,
But
play a
we-
fart.
We got Thrawn telling Sabine too how it wasn't wise to do what she's done. kinda.
Right. He
Thra-
just-
even
he's a
Thrawn is like,
threat.
"You really chose Ezra over our
Right.
galaxy," and she's like, "You wouldn't understand." It's like even Thrawn is telling you you're stupid for saving Thrawn.
Ezra must have
So, like-
BDE. Just walk-
So
I'm
That's
convinced there's
eventually,
more to that
Sabine's
than
going to come
friendship.
terms to that, and
Yeah,
we'll
it's
come to terms with that, and probably through Ezra being like, "Okay, it's okay. Here's
Definitely.
the next step. Here's
Yep,
what we got to
yep.
do."
We'll figure. Yeah, we'll figure it out. So this can't wait. Can't
Nope.
wait. Any last thoughts?
I'll see you all at the Heroes of the Halcyon meetup. Is there an episode before that, right?
Yeah, there will be.
Okay.
Well, it's our Adam episode. Hopefully.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Sweet.
Once I confirm that.
And if not, then we'll have an episode with
Of
us
course.
before leading up
Yeah,
to it.
we'll talk about Ahsoka.
We'll do like
It'll
a
just be me
retrospective.
sobbing for 3 hours.
I think it'd be kind of fun to do like the history of the Halcyon.
Sure.
Like bring up to when it was announced, talked about the hype and
Yeah.
the stuff leading up to it. Kind of do like a retrospective
Yeah.
as it closes.
Sure.
A lot for therapy, but also to, let's be honest, to capitalize on the people talking about
Yeah.
the closing.
Yeah. See, we're honest here.
Let's be
We
honest.
don't lie about stuff like
No,
that.
of
Come on.
course. We're gonna hit that algo, son. Let's hit that algo right
Yeah.
now.
Algorithm.
Did I before we well, I'll tell you about this after because it has nothing to do with Star Wars. But that's it for me. I got nothing else to say.
Alrighty. No more episodes from us. We'll see you next week. You always close it out, so that's what
We all kind of shut
I
up.
was waiting to make sure anybody else
Oh.
had anything
No,
to say. No,
Man,
we're
I
good?
got nothing to say. I'm saving it all for next time. Could be a big
You
one.
look like you're about to cry right now.
Yep.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you on the next show. Until then, stay safe. May the Force be with you.
Always, and good journey into Buite.
Rise, Jedi Knight.
Bring in the crane.
Watch out for your nachos, Bob.